Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of Cold Suns, a sci-fi convergence. I,
Woo!
yeah,
Just me.
that's
Okay.
right. That was a tepid Woot Crew.
There
Yeah!
we go.
There we go. That's what we wanted. All right. Hi, I am your game master. Thank you, Matthew. Chase, and you can find me on Twitter at Chase314S. I will be guiding us through our game this evening with our wonderful crew of freelancers here. A couple of quick announcements before we get going. So we have a giveaway going tonight. If you type exclamation point rock into chat, you could win a GM bundle from our friends over at Green Ronin. The GM bundle includes a Game Master's Kit, Salvage Op, it's an adventure PDF, and the Quick Start Guide. And if you guys go back and check out our old videos over on YouTube, we have a playlist. We actually did Salvage Op, or an adaptation of it. Also, we have another kind of in parallel giveaway going on. It's exciting. This one is called the Big Churn giveaway. Big Churn giveaway. We're only gonna do, or it's only gonna trigger whenever we hit 30 churn. Um, and yeah, it's gonna have a bunch of books. So it's gonna have basically Abzu's Bounty, which is an adventure path within the Expanse RPG. It comes with a GM's kit, comes with a player's handbook, comes with all kinds of stuff. So yeah. And the exciting thing about that one is that if you enter once and you don't win the first time we hit 30 churn, just you could win the next time. But you can only win it once, so you can't get all those books over and over again. So that is what I have going on right now. I'm going to hand it over to our folks here. I think I'm going to start us off with Liz.
Hello, folks. This is Elizabeth with then you can find me here on Dice Prairie and at Know When You Know Backwards on all of my socials. I was busy multitasking, almost answered being called on with my phone greeting from my job. It's uh, it's a week, folks. Doing great. Tonight I will be playing Droogle, they, them. They're a space potato hacker who can hack um, planets and cybernetics and all sorts of cool things. Um, Join us over in our Discord as we do movie nights and up to date on all the things that we stream. I think we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday now. So 4 or 5 days a week, we do a lot of stuff. So come help us keep track of that and watch all of this awesome TTRPG content, as well as next week we're gonna have a little bit of variety content. As I sit down to play through, I think I'll play Civ 6 next week. And bring a little video games to us, as Dice Priority plays. So I will pass this along to Matthew.
Hi, folks. I am Matthew Foreman. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I will be playing Drake, the mystic warrior with the blade made of light and lots of memory issues. He also uses he, him pronouns, and I'm just happy to be here. I will send it over to Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm only here on Saturday nights. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Dakiri, she, her, and I'll pass it over to Rob.
Rob at Parameter 804, he, him, and then I will be playing TAC tonight. They, them. The colony of worms who protects everyone, hopefully. If they don't taunt things instead. But I will go ahead and pass it to Alexis.
Hi, I'm the disembodied voice named Alexis. You can find me at FoxFanato on Twitters, and you can find me here. Several nights streaming with fine folks here, and that you also see on the other shows. You know, I'm doing really great. Tonight, I use she, her pronouns. Tonight, I'm going to be playing Cassie, who also uses she, her pronouns. She's a bit of a maverick. She has a symbiote. So she's a blended consciousness with an alien called a Tok'ra. and she can do some things with healing and shielding and such. That's everything I got. I think that's back to Chase.
Excellent. So we are going to go and do our little intro video. Then I will do a brief recap of last session, and then we will get right into the action and excitement of Cold Suns. Roll the video. And we are back. So, where we last left our group of intrepid freelancers, they had tracked down a missing ship that was towing a mysterious asteroid. A lot of adverbs or adjectives, whatever those things are. Pronouns. I forget. Blah. Words. My mom was an English teacher for a while. Anyway, there was a missing ship, a mysterious asteroid, and other M words. After a brief but intense space battle, the group negotiated with some pirates over the ability to board this ship and try to figure out what had happened to its missing crew. While aboard, they came across a corpse of one of the missing crew members and found that they had died at very mysterious means. Drake, with his connection to the source, had a sudden flashback, sensing terror and malevolence, and the group was beset by what is now known as the Anomaly, a shape-shifting, seemingly form of energy that can disintegrate or remove things from reality at will and take on the form of those around it. After a very pitched battle in which the group was kind of caught in the crossfire between the Anomaly and the pirates, all fighting this one creature, they eventually, with some cunning and guile, were able to force it to flee the ship as it disintegrated a hole in the hull and was sucked out into the vacuum of space. That is where we find the crew just seconds after the energy shields that Drugel, the resident hacker, had been erecting, have sealed off the hull on the ship, and the crew is kind of all standing in their tents, pointing their guns where this Anomaly used to reside.
Drake is. Are we doing our thing now?
Yes.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Are you finished yet? Drake, who has his blade of light ignited and sees the Anomaly, going out of the vacuum. Drake is gonna stand. He's gonna walk up and kind of curl, kind of have his toes on the precipice of the ship, looking out to the void of space. He's just kind of look out, and he centers himself. And I understand that encounter's over, but then for this next encounter, whether it's social or whatever, I'm gonna use premonition. And he's gonna center himself. I wish I could link it into Roll20 for our lovely viewers, but I don't mind saying what it does.
Go for it.
Premonition. Psychic awareness warns you of immediate danger. For the rest of the encounter, after successfully using this discipline, you cannot be surprised. Additionally, you gain a +2 bonus for the rest of the encounter on all tests to avoid hazards where a moment's forewarning can aid you. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the Sorth. The Thorth. I make it. Ooh, with 4. Ooh. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, I know what I want to do. You tell me if it applies. With 4 stunt points, I'm pretty sure it's 4. Let me double check. With 4 stunt points, I want to use Omen. The power attunes its user to to sources of information, secret energy flows, whispering spirits, or prophetic visions, for instance. This automatically unlocks 1 lead in an irrelevant investigation, even creating a lead to unlock if one isn't present. It provides 1 piece of useful information determined by the GM, and that's what I'm going to use my 4 stunt points on. And I do gain premonition. So yeah, I center myself, and I think I just see like a lot of flashes and stuff, and then I will as long as the Omen tells me, I'm going to deactivate my Blade of Light.
Gotcha. How many power points was that? Just checking.
That's actually a great question. Where is my thing? It was a few. I'll mark it down.
Perfect. I'm mostly saying it for the viewers at home. Understanding we're using the extraordinary powers for modern.
It's 2.
Beautiful. So Drake, did you remember? One thing. Are you still in your Dark Rage, or did you drop that?
I dropped it. It drops at the end of the encounter.
Got it.
I'm assuming we're in a new one.
Got it. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Corey. So as the encounter fades, Drake kind of walking up to the precipice of this hole in the ship, staring out at the vacuum of space, and kind of gazing out to where this dark, hulking shape of the asteroid that is still tethered to the ships you are on. You do kind of start seeing kind of flashes and premonitions, and as you're reaching out with your mind in terms of the Omen, you get these flashes in your gut, and almost memories that you've never had, where you can see multiple soldiers in unified authority armor running and fighting something. You can see them being mowed down as this energetic creature emerges from barren landscape, from regolith in the ground, and it's like energy tendrils just carving chunks through their ranks until you can see basically digging down into this dark structure, this energetic prismatic field just undulating, and in the center you can see a crystal that constantly changes shape, and then your vision is returned to you.
And then Drake would look over, relay all that information, and then narratively say, I could see where it came from. It slaughtered some unified authority soldiers, and it came from something colorful, prismatic, deep down, some kind of structure. Maybe it's within the asteroid, I don't know. That's what Drake does.
The Ungoi with the brute shotgun that had been taking shots at the Anomaly turns to the human wielding a plasma rifle, and he says, "Ship's haunted!" And the human says, "Don't be an idiot. There's no such thing." Then he does kind of glance around the ship. He says, "Do you know what that thing was?" He's just talking to you. Like, you guys are kind of all standing around. he's probably standing next to Kiri and Cassie. He turns to Cassie and says, "Do you know what that thing was?"
You watched it longer than I did. I don't know.
You can see him kind of step to the side, and he puts his hand to his ear. You can tell that he is conferring with the ship outside the Teltac.
Drugel would have left an open line of communication and video feed with the Teltac. They would not have cut it off. They're doing whatever they need to do to maintain that energy field until we can get that hole in the hull figured out. And running whatever diagnostics they can to see if they can identify what that anomaly was.
Gotcha. As you're, I also remember, I think before part of your intent was to download the black box information from the ship to get.
Oh yeah, that's stationary now. It's still not going anywhere. So.
Gotcha.
Yes, I will do that before I leave the ship, but trying to figure out if we can pinpoint where that thing is more important to the livelihood of everyone on the ship.
Gotcha. Roll me well, does anyone have any scenes or any conversations that they want to have before I start having people making rolls and stuff? More rolls. Okay, roll me actually, I don't think that you can fail with this. So, the ship's sensors are pretty crude. They're pretty rudimentary. They're really made for surveying asteroids and really nothing more. But you are able to detect a pretty large energy surge that was off of the, I think it's the left side of the ship. I don't know if that's port or starboard. I think it's port. Port side of the ship, and you can see it moving down towards the asteroid, which is now tethered to the Nuria. And once it reaches the surface of it, you lose sensor contact with it, as if it goes behind some kind of screen or something similar.
Perfect. I just want to make sure that I can sense if it leaves the asteroid again.
Understood. Yeah, it lights up the sensors pretty good. It reads almost like the type of radiation that you would sense when a ship enters or leaves slip space. Is actually what it mostly reads as.
Gotcha. Yeah, and Drugel just is doing all of this behind the scenes and making sure appropriate communication is open for everyone.
After a moment of conferring with the Kigyar on the Teltec, the human turns to you and says, "All right, well, you've got your data. It looks like." Kind of glancing over at Drugel at the comms, and says, "Time to take up your end of the deal. Get the corpse, take it off the ship. We're getting the fuck out of here."
Back to on talk.
Yeah, sure. Why does it matter to you?
You think he's going to be happy about this?
About what? We got the ship. What we're here for?
You got a ship haunted by freaky ass creature.
That's kind of above my pay grade.
You want to risk taking that back to your boss?
Kind of looks over at the hole in the side of the ship and is like, "Seems like it's gone." And then the Kigyar, not the Kigyar, the Ungoy says, "I don't know. It was kind of in the wall earlier." And he says, "Shut up, Bap." He says, "This isn't a negotiation. The agreement was you guys get the data, you guys get the corpse. I'm getting the fuck out of here before that thing returns."
The distinction is I know what happens to you when you fail a mission.
And what mission would I be failing? And they kind of square up to you.
She doesn't flinch. And in fact, what she does instead is she kind of shakes off her half coat, turns around, pulls her hair to the side, revealing the mark of Rot's pirate gang. The mark is not something that would be identified by anyone other than someone that was in their gang, but it tells a history of her time with the gang and the number of small private vessels that she had stolen over time.
Kind of cocks their eyebrow at you. You're one of Rot's scoundrels? What the fuck are you doing running with these crew?
I'm not of Rot. There is life after Rot.
Wait, are you serious?
I bet you if you look out that viewport right there, you're going to see your ship with the reactor vents already open and whatever crew's over there already ready to ditch you here the moment they heard that creature board.
Like, yeah, that's why we're taking this ship, as was agreed. If you really are one of Rot's scoundrels and you left the organization, you're MIA off the reservation, I wouldn't be here when he arrives. Or sorry, when Antok arrives.
I think you're missing my point. There's life outside of Rot. Antok's going to punish you for this. You and I both know it. Not to mention the 2 space banshees that are drifting right now. You got taken out by a light freighter.
Yeah, and what are you suggesting? Actually, roll me a communication test. And I would give you. You have a. Oh, your thing is a. You know what? Add your +1 for your honorific.
Oh, that's a hell of a roll. All right, so 16.
He says, what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting you come with us instead.
Glances around at like the rest of the pirate crew that are on the ship that are all kind of watching him. He says, if I do that, I'm as dead as that crew member right there. And glances down at the Hellpat Ren crew that's laying in a pool of their own blood. I return this ship. And he kind of like stamps his foot on the deck plating. I got a chance.
Just put your jacket back on. If that's the risk you want to take.
You can see as they're talking to you, when they're saying that, they kind of reach down and they're fiddling with their arm plate, and your suit, your hand terminal gets like a private message from them with just contact details.
From which? From
the human that you're speaking with right now.
Okay.
They kind of give you like a knowing look. Basically, can you roll me a perception test?
Sure.
And add your +1 again.
$16 with a +1. And it's a stunt.
Okay, so you're getting their meaning. I don't know if this is necessarily. This might be a social stunt, although this is kind of a reaction to them. Like they're trying to give you your meaning. They're trying to let you know that if they basically like openly defy like leaving now, they're dead. You guys are both on. You guys are your two ships are coupled together. You can't go anywhere. Your ship is literally tethered to the rock. And there's a bunch of other pirates on the ship with you guys right now. So like even if this human wanted to kind of like go away with you, maybe the rest of the crew on here wouldn't be so open or responsive to it. But what they have given you is maybe you've made a contact within Rot's organization or within Antok's organization. They just gave you their contact details for how to get a hold of them in the future. And they say, again, nothing really I can do about it now. I don't know what history you have with Rot or the rest of the scoundrels, but I got a mission. That's to get this ship back to them. Otherwise, I'm dead. Like I say, suggest you be on your way if you don't want to be here when that frigate arrives.
Deck just yawns. Boring. Starts walking towards the hatch.
And you do know with that last parting piece of information that this pirate has actually given you a pretty important piece of intel. You know that Antok is going to be coming in a frigate. The frigate is several times larger than the ship that you're in right now. Like it would
Oh, I got it. It's huge.
Yeah. You can see while they're talking, the other pirates are starting to move around the ship. They're basically seeming to ready it for some kind of action and maneuvers.
So Drugel would pull whatever information they needed to pull and then quietly shuffle us all off the ship, because I'm assuming without constantly keeping that shield up that those that energy is going to go off and do what it's supposed to be doing, not what Drugel wants it to do. So kind of make sure that I'm the last one off the ship so that we don't all get vented, even though it wouldn't hurt us in the long run. But
Exactly.
no reason to take the risk.
Right.
But aren't they staying?
They're
They're
all
not
in
my
suits.
problem.
Yeah. You could tell they were all ready for bear, if that makes sense. Are you guys bringing the corpse with you?
Yeah, so Tak would walk up and pick him up and kind of put him on the shield and carry him back on the shield.
Gotcha. As soon as the last of you shuffles back onto the Nuria, the umbilical starts to rescind from the ship, and you can see the engines on this Wallaby class freighter start to light up. The Teltac kind of still hanging off in the distance to make sure that no funny business happens. Capap says, "I've got us hooked up to the rock. I watched the whole thing go down. That was a hell of a thing. That's all I gotta say."
Does the other ship that they're leaving on have rings?
The Wallaby does not. That's why you guys had to dock with it. The Telpat Ren, like it's the Wallaby class freighter, it doesn't have.
Okay, I was like,
rings.
what?
I was confused,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah,
Like, what's
it's
the Wallaby?
Yeah, sorry, the Wallaby class ship doesn't have a.
Right,
don't-
does
we
the other
don't-
one.
What was that? And the Teltac that's kind of off in the distance does have rings. You would know by default. Teltacs usually do.
Okay, so if this person wanted to defect, that's all I was curious about. Okay.
Gotcha. Klingon nerd. Australian. And you can see after a few moments, the Wallaby class freighter, the Telpat Ren, does start to pull away, and both it and the Teltac make their way towards those drifting space banshees, about 3,000 kilometers distant from where you guys came into the system.
So we're alone now, yeah?
Yep. I mean, they're
We're
still
not-
they're still
we're
in
not-
the system.
We're
but
not broadcasting. There's no way for them to necessarily hear us.
Correct.
Okay. Kiri, have you gotten whatever information that you want to get? Because we're about to lose our chance.
I pass Cassie the contact information that we got from the human pirate.
Oh.
Actually, I pass it to everybody. Just it's not meant to be secret between us.
You think they want to defect?
I think he probably does, but for right now, we got a frigate inbound. We don't want to be here when it arrives.
There's a very brief opportunity to ring them aboard.
Can we do that with their shields up?
If they get away, we can be here to receive. I don't think we can initiate the rings unless their shields is down, but they might be able to adjust their shield frequency to allow the rings through.
If you think it's possible, I'd grab the human.
Droogle, can you send an encrypted message?
Yes.
What?
What was that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Just to see if the if that's gonna happen. Otherwise,
Well, and you know the challenge being
we have an asteroid tethered to us.
that, and that human is on the ship without rings, so they can't. They're on the Wallaby class right now.
Okay.
They stayed on the ship, and now it and the Teltec are flying off together. So.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
But-
Gotcha.
But they could get on board the derelict ship.
They
What
are on
derelict
the-
ship?
Ouch.
This is the
I tried
derelict.
to stifle it. That was a mistake.
Okay, so just to be on the same side, so the Telpat Rin and the Wallaby class, that's the same ship. So that's the one you guys were looking for. That's the derelict ship. That's the one you guys were just on.
Right, and it does not have rings. I'm talking about
Correct.
the one that does have rings, that there's a shield up on. If
Yeah,
they can
yeah,
adjust
yeah.
their shield frequency to allow the rings out and be surreptitious about it. It's a long shot. I'm just
Right.
proposing the long shot, that's all.
You can send them the message. You don't immediately get a response from it. Just because basically that's a great idea, but for that to work, they would have to the ships would have to dock, and that human would have to find a reason to get over onto the other ship.
No, what?
Because the human, it's like the human's in one car that doesn't have rings, and then there's the other car that does have rings. In order for the human to utilize the rings on the other ship,
Oh, they never put their crew back onto the one? Okay. Well,
no, they're
never
taking
mind.
the ship. Yeah,
Never
they're
mind.
using that crew to take the ship. Those
Never mind.
those 3 or 5 pirates that were there are taking it.
I didn't realize that they had undocked and all that already, so never mind.
Yep. So they're taking off. And you can see on long range sensors now that they are kind of approaching to where those space banshees were, and are maybe starting to unload those crew or basically tether in whatever they can from those 2 ships.
Same thing could work with an escape pod, so the idea is still out there.
Right.
Well, and just so I'm clear, our prize is the asteroid, correct?
Yep. That seemed to be what the most important thing was.
Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying before, I think that anomaly, it came from some kind of structure surrounded by a prismatic energy, and I have a feeling, based on the rules of the game I'm playing, that structure is within the asteroid. I think, question mark.
They can pull up a scan of the structures on the asteroid and let Drake look through them while I'm searching for an empty system to move ourselves to that's far enough away from incoming pirates but not populated, so that if we do lose the anomaly, or the asteroid. It's not going to hurt a populated planet.
Yeah, we can't bring this back to the station. That would be bad. Especially if there's more of those things in the asteroid.
Here I was worried about the Nequadria. Fucking hell.
Chase, would we know, or would Deck know, whether or not we can take a tow like this into slip space?
Yeah, you can. This ship is actually pretty well suited for it being a cargo ship. It can bring a pretty large tonnage in. Usually the thing is you basically are slowed down as you bring its mass in with you.
Say to the group, is there any chance that this thing's going to react badly to a jump?
The Nequadria or the Anomaly?
Both.
The Anomaly, I don't know. The Nequadria? My best guess is... What is my best guess, Chase?
Well, and I would just say, so Nequadria, it would probably be okay. You've read a mission briefing before where they've jumped, Naquad and Nequadria things through hyperspace before. I mean, they even use it for some engines, so that's not a problem. And Dakiri, you would know that, that's how the Telpat Ren was going to get this thing to the refinery station, was by jumping it. It's just slower.
Well, they were going to jump it without knowing what it was.
Right. There's not any inherent risks that I would say from those two things that you know. The Anomaly, you have no idea how the Anomaly would react.
Yeah.
Or that crystal structure that Drake saw.
Because we're assuming that's on this asteroid.
Yeah, it was from the vision Drake would know. Yeah, it is.
Better be.
Yeah. It's actually 45 light years away. It
was relevant to the investigation, so.
Yeah.
Liz, you're on mute.
I sure was muted. So the energy shields that Drugel was putting around it, was that working to hold it? The reason I'm asking, once we've gone through slip space, I want to try and change the energy shields around this entire ship to track that when it comes to make sure it doesn't come off the asteroid and get back onto our ship.
I understand. It was kind of hard to tell. It did seem to pass through the energy shield, but you weren't done like coalescing it quite yet, but if your shields are up and it is protective, then it ostensibly would not be able to get onto your ship if your shields were up, because the shields would form a bubble around your ship and it would be stuck outside that bubble.
Gotcha, and we wouldn't have to alter the shields for that to still work.
Exactly, yeah, your
Gotcha.
ship would be encapsulated. Yep.
Then Drugel would know that. Gotcha.
So, the source of all things is kind of telling me to go down in there and find that structure, so I'm gonna go do that. Who wants to come with me?
We can join you.
Want is a very strong word.
I want to do it.
If you think I'll be useful.
Are we out of the region of space that Antak is coming back to?
You haven't moved yet.
We should move first. And I will point out whatever system I found that's safe, that feels safe, to Dakiri or Capap, whoever has the ship.
Yeah, there's a red dwarf system a couple of light years away. I mean, that would take normally, a few hours to get to. Actually, maybe not even a few hours. It wouldn't take very long to get to. Basically, enough time for a breather, if we're using those terminology, so you can regain a D6 plus your level fortune, and 1d6 plus your willpower in power points.
We're level 3, right?
Correct.
Thank the gods I was spending fortune like it was going out of style. Nice. Oh, hey, I'm back up. Cool. Cool. So we're doing that. We're jumping, right? And breathing. Okay.
Yep. So, Drugel, would you be... Not sorry, Drugel. Dakiri, just to remind you, Dakiri, you are still under the effects of that thing that's hampering your vision. Now that the initial shock of it is worn off, it almost just kind of feels like a haze that you're looking through. Like frame rates have dropped on a game as you kind of look around the space. Dakiri, would you be the one piloting the ship, or would you let Catbap do that?
Given her current condition, she'd have Catbap do it.
Yeah. All right. So Catbap kind of waddles over and kind of pulls themselves up into the pilot seat of the ship and just starts kind of flipping everything on, running through a quick systems check. Says, "All right, well, we'll get on our way. It's gonna be a little slower because we got a fat ass right now."
I already regret it.
And so you can see that the rupture of slip space begins to open up in front of you. That familiar kind of coalescing disk of energy, and the Nuria kind of slowly, you can feel the tethers clang behind you as it tensions, and it starts to pull this massive dark behemoth behind you through the portal. And then a strange thing happens. As you enter slip space, normally if you look out the viewports or look out around you, there's nothing. There's pure blackness. The human mind is not capable of perceiving the dimensions of space that you're passing through when you're in slip space. But this time it's different. This time all around you are spinning kind of colors, and it's almost as if you're driving through a slipstream. It reminds you almost of as you step through a Stargate and can see like the wormhole physics going on around you. And then you can hear Catbap immediately say, like, "Holy shit!" And then you can feel the lurch as the ship comes back out into real space, and you can hear him kind of like flipping through his sensors and stuff. He says, "Well, that can't be right. Hey guys, I think we have a little bit of a problem here."
Where did it take us?
Well, we got right where we needed to go. Right where we wanted to go. But
what?
There's no way we should have gotten there that fast.
Great. Great.
Well, at least it didn't take us long. Well, at least it didn't take us longer than we expected, but we got there quicker than we thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying at least we didn't travel 1,000 years in the future on accident.
Yeah.
You hope.
Drugel,
Yeah, we hope.
Drugel, can you real quick just check star charts and gravitational anomalies?
Also, check clocks and logs to see if it was actually faster or if we think it was faster.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that one. That's a good one, Tack.
So, Drugel, this is like, okay, yeah, fine. I'm going to resynchronize the ship like I've done, you do a million times. And then you do get some kind of warning from the ship's computer, and it warns you that your clock is like 10 minutes fast. Meaning that it thinks that it was 10 minutes before you guys left.
So we traveled back in time 10 minutes?
We have gone back to the future. Future to the back. I don't know.
So we're in the star system I had identified, but 10 minutes earlier than when we started the jump.
Correct. That's what your ship's computer is telling you.
I hate it. I hate it. I
Okay,
hate
so
it.
this thing showed up on sensors. I would use those same sensors to make sure that it's not on the ship.
It's not.
Okay. Then I would make sure our shields were up so it couldn't get on the ship.
Sure. Yep.
I think that structure is where it goes to like recharge, reform, where it feels safe. I think it's also responsible for protecting it.
I'm going to ask a question I don't want the answer to. How dead is the corpse? Like 10 minutes? 3 hours? 10 days? Is it still dead?
When you use your advanced, if you use your advanced medical sensor on this thing, and there's no pressure for time really right now, so I
We just gained 10 minutes, so.
Yeah, you gain 10 minutes. Now the real thing that's going to cook your noodles is the Nuria from 10 minutes ago going to show up. So anyway, as you start to scan the body, you can tell that it had been deceased for about 72 hours is what the system guesses.
So it provided a linear timeline, which Drugel would probably understand the math of that. We didn't go so far back in time that we could still rescue the crew or anything. Gotcha. Yeah. Linear time in 2021. What is this?
Or to prevent a paradox, we go back in time and we realize we're the ones who murdered the crew in the first place.
My God.
Awkward.
There's a reason the Anomaly looked just like Takiri.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, I would like to. Drake says I would really like to just not think about this because my brain hurts.
Mine too.
If and Catbap kind of comes. You guys are having this conversation. I'm guessing around the table that exists in the Nuria as you're taking your breathers too, so kind of relaxing and taking a breath. I can swing it down. Within the slack of the tethers and use the rings to ring you down there. Otherwise, it's kind of a free fall down there through space, and I can just kind of shoot you right down.
There's rings on the asteroid?
Well, no, but the rings can project out just several meters. It's a short distance down out of the bottom of the ship.
Ooh.
How far did the anomaly disappear from the planet's surface?
It was really hard. Like, your readings are really fuzzy when they get there. You just basically, from the sensor's perspective, it looked like it touched the surface of the place, and then you couldn't sense it anymore.
Okay.
And then I could just be, I could be waiting here with the engines hot. I don't know what we want to do with this rock. If I should even still be tethered to it? Are we taking it with us?
We'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
Step 1, defeat ancient malevolent anomaly. Step 2, figure out what the hell we're doing with our lives.
All right. So, all right. And he kind of, you can see him kind of reach onto the, behind the table, and he pulls up his gold-plated magnum and checks to make sure there is a round in the magazine. He puts it into his belt pouch. He's like, I'll keep the engines hot. You just let me know when you want me to bring you back up on the ship. Oh, because, just to make sure it's clear, I'm not going down there, because that's not my job.
Cassie wants to just pull Takiri gently aside. Because she didn't take the opportunity to fly the ship, which is sending up red flags for Cassie. And just kind of how are you feeling?
That's a good question, GM. How am I feeling?
Yeah.
To put it in mechanical terms, you get a minus. You currently have a -2 to dexterity and to accuracy. To put it in more like tangible terms, right now, like I said before, like you kind of, as you're looking around, you can see like kind of like lights. It looks almost as if you're looking through a fog, and like when you're looking around a little bit, you can compensate for it, but it's almost like a low frame rate on a first-person shooter. And you feel almost as if though your equilibrium is a little off since that tendril passed through your head before.
I feel like I'm about 8 shots into the night.
Okay. Are you like what do you want to do?
Well, like with anything else like this, I want to rest.
Huh.
But we have to find out what is going on over there first.
Do you want to hang back on the ship?
No. I mean, my vision wasn't quite what I wanted it to be to fly all of us out with a frigate coming into that area, but I'm not out of it.
Okay. Do you want me to take a minute and see if I can do something about this?
Well, if that's something you can do.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what we're dealing with, so I don't know if that's in my purview or not.
Is this a private moment, or are you still around the table?
I pulled Takiri off to the side, but I mean, we have no doors.
We have one in front of the engine room now.
And you have one over the quarters where you guys were relating for a month.
Drugel would have left the medical sensor on the table, in case science can help and this isn't all higgledy-piggledy, wiggly-wobbly stuff.
Gotcha.
I think Cassie's first inclination is to see what she can determine with her Velikash, if she can do anything with that.
Okay, so roll me. Do you have the sheet for that up in front of you?
I think so. What ability is this gonna be?
It's documented on the sheet. I'm getting there now.
Yeah, I'm just asking you which one you think is appropriate here, since you know what I'm dealing with.
It's the sensor. I mean, if you're trying to determine if you can help, it's with the sensors. If you're just trying to wing it and see if you can remove one of the conditions, that would be a different ability. That would be, I'm looking at it now.
Restoration?
Correct. But you do know that usually takes longer. So this is like over the course of hours.
Okay, right, per 4 hours. So I guess it's just trying to figure out what's going on with Deck.
Okay. So, yeah, for some reason that section is not on my sheet. So if you have that one in front of you that talks about the information gathering, then just roll whatever test and spin the PowerPoints that it stipulates.
Okay. I made the target number,
Okay.
and I'll spend 2 stunt points to make it cheap. Well, make it cheaper, or yeah, I guess make it cheaper. Cost me nothing.
Okay. So as you scan Dakiri, you this is more of like learning to interpret the sensations that the hand device sends back to you. And as you try to scan like parts of Dakiri's eyes and central nervous system, like it's almost like hard getting a lock on them. It's almost as if they're static on your sensor readings. You feel like maybe parts of Dakiri are partially out of phase.
Both eyes?
Probably, yeah, but you actually realize that the cybernetic eye is probably helping Dakiri in this situation, since it kind of wires into a different part of their brain. It doesn't rely on the biological.
Okay.
Might be something you could fix with dermal regeneration and with neural regeneration over time.
Okay. But what you're saying is essentially Cassie thinks that Dakiri is partially out of phase.
Correct.
Fun. Has no idea what to do about that.
You basically, what you've surmised from this is there's nothing to be done, like unless you guys are going to spend hours trying to repair the damage.
Okay. So I think this thing has pulled parts of you out of phase.
Did I feel any differently when we were in the jump?
Yeah, I would say actually for a brief moment when you were in the jump, that's a good point. You felt fine for a moment when you were in the jump.
Cass, when we were in that weird 10-minute jump, I didn't feel like I was hungover.
Oh. Okay. So my guess is then that all of you was out of phase like all of us.
Maybe that's the natural state of that creature.
It's not in our phase. It's not on our... Okay. Cool. Yep. Okay. So the possibility here is that that corpse that we found, there isn't just a chunk missing, there's a chunk of them out of phase with the rest of them. That's horrifying. Okay.
Should we
And I'll
validate
share
that?
with the... Huh?
Should we validate that?
I don't know how. But, okay, I think it's shared with the class time. But if you, as long as you feel up to things, I just worry.
Chase, is the rifle a smart weapon that would link with the armor?
It doesn't currently have that enhancement, but it certainly could. So that's like a piece of technology you can add if you want to get that +1 to your attacks.
No, I wasn't looking for the metagame. I was just wondering if that's something that she would do or not.
So like when you basically just to describe for the class, when you guys are wearing your armor, Unified Authority medium armor. Like when you're picking up weapons and stuff, it automatically recognizes like the weapons and will present like how much ammo capacity and everything is on them. You guys know if you have specially updated weapons that have like a linked video scope, it can actually kind of like superimpose the HUD and give you a +1 to your attacks. But I don't think anyone's weapons currently have that enhancement on them. So it does give you a heads up read up and stuff. It links to your rifle when you pick it up. It's just not smart linked, if that makes sense.
Well, as Cassie goes to inform the rest, I'm gonna fashion an eye patch for the organic eye.
Got it. Leaning right into that pirate heritage.
That's right.
Gotcha. Yep.
So I fill the class in. Drake, did you get like? You said that you got like just malevolence off it before?
Yes.
But you think it's protecting whatever is here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It the reading I got from the corpse, the vision, was real severe, real bad. And then when I used the source to protect Takiri and myself, it reacted. Well, it reacted at all, which is, yeah.
So, do you see a path forward that isn't just going to be confrontation?
I think I tried that part. I remember doing something along those lines, holding my thing, waiting to see what it did, saying something to it. It, whatever this thing is, I think it's an ancient enemy of the source.
Well, that's fun.
I mean, the source is the source of all things, and this thing removes things from existence, or transports them to another existence.
Great.
Those are the impressions I'm getting. Anyway, that's my theory. I was never a scholar in the in Oni. Or, at least if I was, I don't remember being one.
Okay, well... I don't have any ideas on how to protect us from being pulled out of phase or pieces of us being pulled out of phase, so...
Just don't get hit.
Yeah.
Forehead.
Don't get hit. Great.
Just don't get hit.
That's right.
Let the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to make a joke about this now being Debbie Daylight.
Yeah, just don't get hit, forehead. It seemed to not be able to pierce my illusions. We went toe-to-toe with it and we're okay. Let the front line do its job. Mm-hmm. And, if any, certain people, there was some taunting going on, and I think I made it clear, not to rat anybody out, but a certain pirate with a throwing weapon taunted the ancient malevolent entity, and I did say that was not a good idea, so hopefully we can avoid that.
I sure saw that happen. That was nerve-wracking.
Yeah. So let's leave the taunting to the professionals and the people with nothing to lose.
Damn, Ungoy.
Ungoy with his throwing weapons.
Oh God. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm chomping at the bit to face this thing if it is what I think it is. Let me know when you're all ready.
Crazy thought. If I'm more real in the slip, what if we confronted it in the slip?
But it wants to put things there, and I don't think we should go there for it, right?
We're guessing it might be more powerful there.
Drake,
We might not have a
Something in
choice.
what- something in what Dakiri just said kind of sparks something in you. When you're viewing like this flashback that you had, this flash to the asteroid, that kind of shimmering energy aura that you saw, it does remind you of basically the event horizon of the slip space portals that get opened.
Yeah. The next thing I was going to say is that, but we might have to go into there. Might have to travel to its home in order to truly destroy it. So you might be onto something.
It disappeared when it touched the asteroid. We don't have a choice.
Yeah. I think that we have to go inside that prismatic shimmer and face it there.
Bap just silently listening there says, "That's fucked up."
Yeah.
Oblivion is such a small price to pay in service of lots and lots of money.
Well, are we ready to get this show on the road? I mean, we did jump a couple systems over, but if Antok has a frigate, slip space jumps, they ain't invisible. They throw out, more energy than a sun for a second, so he could probably track down where we went, give him a little bit of time.
Time delay might protect us too.
Yeah, we bought ourselves 10 minutes there. Just enough time for a couple scenes,
Let's go.
Do we need to find a secondary solar system to jump to? Or do we not want to risk that anymore?
I don't want
This one inhabited?
No,
This one's
that's the
pretty
point.
remote.
This is it. Oh, the thing was actually, I think the thing was actually pretty injured, and that's why it fled. But I think like if we destroy it here, it'll like reconstitute. You know what I mean?
Well, thankfully, the asteroid itself has a highly unstable element, and detonating the whole thing should be easy.
It's kind of nice. Hopefully, within its own little pocket dimension, the Quadria isn't an active element. That would simplify things. Wish I could fly. I would have flown after it with my saber and attacked it. Maybe next time.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. And he slaps his very large chitinous hands together. So, the plan is, I'm going to swoop in there with the Nuria, and I'm going to teleportation ring you guys down. I'm just going to kind of fly around and wait for you guys to call me and tell me you need to come back.
Yeah. If you see a massive explosion that wipes out all life in the system that we're in, just, fly away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You see the explosion, it's too late, though.
You'll only be a few meters from it, but you can at least live to tell the story if you make it.
If you make it.
I would take an extra bottle of O2 with you. I don't think those UA suits are really rated for anything more than, 30 or 40 minutes.
Oh my god.
What? Okay, that's too far on the existential horror. That's too far on the space horror. Come on. 30 or 40 minutes.
I don't want to suffocate, please. I would like that to not be a possibility. Thank you.
Me to believe.
Oh my god.
He's basically just like, there's a spot for O2. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll load up.
Yeah.
I just like the threat of suffocating in space. I don't actually want it to happen.
Right, yeah. Well, that was the GM giving you the threat, but it's a possibility. Because the suit, The suits are like made like so if they're fighting on a ship and it gets like vented that they can keep fighting, but like they have spots for extra oxygen if they're going to be like exfiltrating from the ship.
Oh yeah.
And doing stuff.
Oh yeah. If that's what those suits can do, why'd you end the fight whenever the thing vented?
Because we were getting near the end of the session and the thing can fly in space and all that.
Yeah, whatever. I could fly if I really wanted to.
You could, yeah. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah.
So it's 7:20. We're making good time here. Quit moving on me map. The people at home want to see this little orange dot signifying where you guys are. Yeah. So Catbap kind of hops back behind the controls of the ship. He says, "I'm gonna leave. Well, I'm gonna leave the ship docked to the rock. Is that right? I should leave myself tethered to it, or should I unhook me?"
If you untether yourself, if you keep yourself tethered, there's no way to fly away in case of an explosion that's going to wipe out the system.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'll untether then. I'm just not hooked up. Remember that. So don't go climbing up the rope thinking you're gonna get me. So if you guys just tell me when, as he kind of starts to pull the ship in, you can see on his sensors this dark floating fragment. Now that you're a little bit closer to it, you can see that it's probably about close to a kilometer long, and it's kind of like this thin kind of tapered shape, and as it kind of rotates and catches a little bit of light of the star system, you can see that it's got this kind of blackish grayish hue, and it's got a tiny bit of a gentle curve to it. It kind of looks like a long flat piece of rock. And he says, I'm picking up kind of an empty spot here. I'll just ring it down when you want me to.
All right. Try to keep radio silence if you can, and check back in an hour if we don't check in then. I guess.
Sounds
I don't
good.
know.
Now!
Bye!
If you guys are all kind of crowded up in the cargo bay of the Nuria, you can hear the vroom, 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 vroom as the rings kind of come up out of the floor. And there's the bright, blinding flash of light. And as it kind of dissipates, you find yourselves standing on this kind of charred regolith. One second, let me do one thing here really quick. Sorry. Gotta switch this over for everyone's benefit.
You goddamn it.
Okay, as you guys appear on the surface of this planet, and as you guys do, each of you is, I think all of you except for maybe Tech are wearing the Unified Authority armor. Is that correct?
I'm also wearing it. I just don't have the helmet and stuff because I don't need it.
Okay. So as you guys are wearing this armor and you kind of gaze around this kind of charred and blasted landscape, all of a sudden a light illuminates in the corner of your heads-up display, and an audible alert goes.
The alert. The alert.
As your suit picks up a distress signal of a Unified Authority nature. A radio tone that you can barely make out starts to play through the static in your speakers. And you see an IFF transponder roughly 500 meters to the north. And with that, we're going to take a break.
Oh, it's so good. Great. Those sound effects are on point, Charles.
Glorious.
Thanks, I hate it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Happy Capster, hello, and Mr. T-Bone. So thanks everyone for joining us. I've got a lot of windows open, so I wasn't watching chat earlier. I see a lot of our friends here in chat. Thank you for joining us. I saw Mr. Puddins earlier, so all of our friends. Thanks for the subscription, MKT Bone. Really appreciate that. I know that you did that quite a while ago, it looks like. So yeah, I think we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break, and then we will be back and see what the freelancers do aboard this rock. And we are back. Thank you guys for hanging out during the break. Before we get back into the action, just kind of drawing attention here, we have 2 giveaways going on right now. One, if you type !rock into the chat, you'll be entered to enter our weekly giveaway. You're getting a GM's bundle where you're getting a GM's kit, the quick start guide, and the salvage op adventure, which I ran on stream last year. And then if we hit 30 churn tonight, I'm drawing your attention to the top left-hand corner of the overlay here over the map. You can see a churn tracker. We're at 17. If that churn hits 30, then we will have the big churn giveaway bundle. So it's a lot of different stuff. I'm not even going to name it all off. You can look in the chat and see what that is. So we are going to get started here. So just as a quick recap, the players have traveled down. Okay, I didn't know the map keeps moving. Rob, you can probably switch the map from the screen share, because we're not going to be using that right now. You could probably switch it over to like the promos or something for right now. It gets weird. Like anytime my mouse goes to it, it makes it jump. I'm sorry for that, you folks. All right, so where we last left our adventurers, they had just poured it down. And can you guys hear the audio from Roll20 on your end?
Yes, barely.
Yes.
Okay.
It's quiet track.
I just can't hear it on mine. Okay. Well, not important that I hear. All right. I'm going to check one thing on my volume mixer. Okay, that's why. Perfect. Now I can hear. So, as you guys were ringed down to the surface of this barren asteroid, your feet digging into the regolith, you had just a moment to take in the scene when your unified authority combat armor picked up a distress signal from some other unified authority source. Your heads-up display marks in the distance, roughly 500 meters or so, upspin of this rock, some IFF signal, and a broken static message plays through your ears. You cannot understand what it is trying to convey or communicate to you, but you have your target. I'm going to throw up the map if you guys want to. Well, I'm going to hold off for a second. What do you guys do?
Eject the map.
I'm muted. Second verse, same as the first for Drake. I'm going to harness the power of the source and use premonition, because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Perfect.
Okay.
And let me make sure I make that TN. I'm pretty sure I got it. Yeah. Oh, there is actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I make it. So that's just 2 power points, and again, it just. I cannot be surprised, and I gain a +2 bonus to versus hazards to avoid all hazards where a moment's forewarning could help me. So, I'm just increasing my psychic awareness, and yeah.
Beautiful. You reach out with the source, and you feel this place feels wrong to you. Feels cold.
Yeah.
One thing that you notice as you guys kind of start to because you have to clump pretty close together, as you start to kind of spread out, I would think that Dakiri is probably the first one to notice this, because she spends probably the most time in space. The gravity on this rock is completely wrong for its size. You were expecting something much lighter, like yourselves to be sprung along. You've all walked in low or no gravity before, but this feels like you're walking on a standard 1G planet.
This falls right in line with my question. Can Cassie sense, how much Naquita can Cassie sense right now in this asteroid? And
You can sense a fair amount of it. Like there is a fair amount within the structure around you. Feels like you're standing in like a. Yes, it feels like you're standing in a structure that's made with large concentrations of magma.
And the asteroid itself, does it feel like a...
That's where it's coming from. It's coming from
Okay.
beneath you.
And what did the structure look like again?
There is no structure that you can see, so you're standing on kind of what looks like a barren, like desert landscape. It
Okay.
looks scorched.
I'm confused because you just had said it was a structure.
The structure beneath your feet, like
Okay.
the structure of the asteroid that you're standing on.
Okay. Thank you. That helps.
Yep.
So I guess, well, it's a 1G. I was going to say we're going to like do the whole moonwalk thing, but actually we're just on a 1G planet. So
Yep.
Looking for like a way down or a way to ingress or whatever.
Understood. As you guys kind of march forward through the dusty regolith of this rock, you are kind of walking through some narrowing areas, what kind of feel like ravines or caverns. When you come into, after several minutes, it's not easy going. There's no real tests or checks to make, but it's not like a Sunday stroll either. You come to a larger clearing. And I'm going to throw this up on the map if you would like to see.
I sure would.
I reject the map. No, thank you.
Oh, that's
I'd
a
like
good
us to
map.
leave.
I'm going to focus
Or
you
just
guys.
put me in a pit.
Yeah, Drugel up front because they're tanking.
Exactly. You guys, the arrangement doesn't super matter. You guys are however you want to be.
Oh, great, a corpse.
And you do see in front of you, a ways down, what appears to be an exocraft, and you can see some corpses clad in white Unified Authority naval armor on the ground. And what appears to be, right here,
Great.
somebody wearing civilian-style armor laying next to an exocraft.
Fuck.
Okay, so the UA has been here in addition to whoever Block sent.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep. I saw that in my omen.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, John.
Just to clarify, we all look like them too, don't we?
Yeah.
Your armor's...
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty close.
Hi, sweetheart. Drake is most interested in the civilian body and would go over there and see what the deal is, kick it over, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
If you approach, as you approach, you notice on the hood of this exocraft is the same symbol from the Telpat Ren. This seems to be some kind of extra vehicular, vehicle. And as you flip over the body, it also being splayed out on its stomach, you can see that there is no more faceplate or face to the creature, to this person.
Drake will say, "This is the second body I've seen without a face. This is how you all saw it. This is how the body was. Its eyes hollowed out, whatnot. I think this thing, sometimes at least, kind of takes people's faces."
It took, it mirrored Dakiri without taking Dakiri's face.
Yeah, but it was like a vague outline. Maybe that's only phase 1.
Oh, great.
This is, I'm gonna point to the symbol, so this is the company symbol or whatever.
Mm-hmm. The Telpat Ren.
Okay.
Sheltech Mining Cooperative.
So this little ship belonged on the Telpat Ren, or is it an escape pod?
Drupal, you're familiar with this kind of model. It's like an exocraft. It's not an escape pod. It would be like used for like going down and doing kind of like surveying equipment and stuff. It's like a little worker bee
Gotcha.
drone thing.
That's exactly what I was asking. Is it a work vehicle or is it an escape vehicle?
Yep.
So he meant to come down here. Gotcha.
Nice.
I mean, they were gonna mine, so that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably a survey crew. They're
How many of the crew do we see?
You can see one laying immediately next to the ship, and then several meters away to the south, you can see what appears to be another one in a further state of disrepair. I can shift click so the map focuses on it, but as your attention is drawn even further down, you can see more Unified Authority bodies piled near a narrow chasm. While you can see several wearing kind of the white naval uniforms that are worn, kind of during normal shipboard duties, you can see a couple of larger, more heavily armored figures that appear to be in kind of the gray digital camo that you would normally associate with like a Unified Authority Marines. All of them laying motionless.
Deck's gonna check out the systems on the exocraft. And just a heads up, Chase, I don't have control over her.
Oh, this is the same problem because I copied the same one across all of them, and you didn't have it on that one, so you should have access now.
Thank you.
So you kind of lean your head in and run a quick systems check. Everything appears green across the board. I like how no one's like, yeah, everyone's staying together.
Yeah.
Love it.
I guess Drake would then say, I think I can try to find this thing. I think last time it was like a disturbance in the source. I can try to see if it's around.
Go for it.
I'm going to sense a disturbance in the source.
Please roll a 6 on the stunt dice. That's all I want.
Quit it.
So I do get it, and then I have 3 stunt points to do, but I don't think that's really 4. Thank you very much. 4. So I'll use Omen.
That's fair. So you kind of close your eyes and
That's one turn.
you dig your feet into the blasted regolith on the surface of this rock, and kind of try to attenuate yourself, and you get more vivid flashbacks of these soldiers kind of that are laying all around you, taking up defensive positions, as now you can see it more clearly. This roiling kaleidoscope of color emerges from a rock and basically swipes forward with its tendril, cutting down one of the soldiers, then discorporating and moving into the ground, coming up out of the ground behind one of them. You can see them falling back more and more as they take up defensive positions around this narrow corridor. I'm going to shift click so your guys' attention is drawn to it.
Nice.
And there you can see a person wearing slightly more ornate armor with some colorings on it that you recognize as some kind of mark or designation of position, and you can see them disappearing into a kind of shimmering wall of energy. It's not the same as the one that you saw before, but you can see them stepping into like this plane. It's like when you see heat rising off of a hot road,
Yeah.
and then they're gone. And that is where you are also coincidentally your helmet, your heads-up display. As you open your eyes, you can see the IFF, the friend or foe signal, illuminated just beyond where that portal lies.
What's that mean? Friend or foe signal?
So Oh, so basically, a friend or foe signal is it's a piece of technology. It basically puts a little marker over your allies in combat. So since you're all wearing armor, you can flip it on, and it puts like a little green mark above all your crew's head to help you like keep track of them on the battlefield. So
Drake would definitely relay that information and say, "This thing is an ambusher. It phases in and out of the ground in the area and takes swipes." Also, and he like holds out his hand and points over to that where the officer is down in the southeasterly direction. There's something really fucked up going on over there.
What do Drugel's sensors pick up?
So, if you what are you scanning more specifically?
The how do I want to say this? I want to make sure that nothing we're seeing is an illusion, and I'm going to point all of my sensors at whatever Drake just pointed at. So the shimmery door. It's not a door.
Mm-hmm. So, as you use your hacking computer with its high bandwidth antenna, you do get some kind of flickers in terms of technology. It seems to be like your computer recognizes that that is a piece of technology and that it could potentially interface with it. That shimmer.
Cool. I will try to interface with it.
Roll me a computer use test.
This is technology, yeah?
Yep.
I wonder what's a defensive force field.
Or cybernetics.
This is definitely technology. 21.
21 with
Four
4
stun
stun points.
Turn goes up to 18. Yeah, 5 stun points because you're within eyesight of. Yes.
Only if she uses them.
Oh, that's right. She has to use the 4 for it to go up by 1. Dang it, 6.
Oh, thank you.
So, as you reach out with your long range antenna, kind of pointing it in the direction of this thing, you can see hieroglyphics and like kind of pictographic symbols go sprawling across the screen of your hacking computer. You recognize these as being forerunner in nature. The
They
forerunners
all look
being.
like chains.
This is, but unlike that chain, this is an actual forerunner artifact, hundreds of thousands of years old.
Okay.
The only reason that your computer really can understand it is, I mean, the universe is littered with these, with these relics of this long dead civilization, and it's technology, it's advanced technology, but the humans and the Covenant, back before learned to harness and reuse this technology. You think that you know enough to, the thing seems to be active, and your computer can see that it is a linked portal to somewhere.
Okay, would this be investigation or infiltration or exploration?
Well, are you trying to learn something about the
So,
portal?
I've learned it's a portal. That's useful. Can I learn where this portal goes and when?
Where the portal goes and when. And let me check the stunts really quick.
I mean, we did go back in time 10 minutes. So...
I would say this is like an investigation stunt.
Okay.
Breakthrough is 5. Down the rabbit hole is 4.
Yeah. I've got printed versions so that I
Nice.
can take extras and make decisions.
There it is. There it is.
What do you want?
Okay.
That was directed at a cat, not at you, Liz.
Oh,
I think. Then what do you want? I'm pretty sure that was directed at a cat.
Yeah, sorry.
I just assumed it was me because I'm the one making decisions.
Just FYI.
It's to the room. What do you want? Tell me what you want.
Alrighty. So. Alright. 5 points. Why don't we do down the rabbit hole and flashback? Because I know Droogle has encountered Forerunner technology in the past and probably tinkers with it in their spare time, whatever they can get their hands on. So the big one, if this test led to a reveal, the GM also provides a brand new lead about a new subject that will lead to greater rewards. And then flashback, this test reminds you of something important you forgot.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I would say the down the rabbit hole the leads to another reveal. So reveal is that this is incontrovertibly Forerunner. I kind of spilled the beans on that when I described the hieroglyphics, but the additional the lead on that is that Forerunner technology is worth a fortune, and sells for quite a bit of money in the black market. Also, that Unified Authority, the Sangheili, Crawley, Visvo, they all want it. So if you find it, basically it's a seller's market for Forerunner tech. And then I would say the flashback piece of information you got, I would say that you actually have a lead or know somebody who buys Forerunner tech on the illegally. If you wanted to sell something that you found here.
Okay, so that was down the rabbit hole, or was that my flashback?
I linked them both. So down the rabbit hole was like the incontrovertible data, like, hey, this is Forerunner, there are Forerunner artifacts here. And your flashback is that people who would be willing to buy it.
Perfect. Then the point of the roll to begin with, when and where is this portal leading to?
The portal seems to be leading to, you can see kind of like a little display, little kind of like, looks like a hose or a tube. Seems to be just further within the rock, several hundred meters down into the structure. You can't really tell the when part, but it seems to be on this plane of space and time.
Okay. Can I link to it so I can make sure that I have access to open and close said portal?
You do have a quick hack that lets you do that very quickly. It's called
Remote upload?
bypass. I think it's
Or
bypass.
Okay. Perfect. The ability allows you to bypass physical computer controlled sensor or countermeasure you can see or touch. All right, so this one is a TN of 9 and a RAM of 3. So, or PowerPoints, RAM, PowerPoints, but everything's hacky here. So remind me, are we just doing this as straight intelligence because I don't have the quick hack? Oh, it's a +1. I did that. I already answered that question. Okay, so that exceeds it and gives me 5 stunt points.
6.
6 stunt points. And that allows me to gain control.
So basically, what that's going to allow you to do is you can now, because right now if you just stepped into this portal, it's going to teleport you where you need to go. You can kind of like bypass, and you can activate it or deactivate it for a time with your hand terminal. So you've basically gained some kind of access to it.
Okay.
So.
And then this is something that I can actually use power stunts on. Yes.
Right.
All right.
Have any paper?
No, I don't have any paper for this one. This one's digital because I didn't have PowerPoints originally. Okay. Can I don't know that any of these actually work for it except for just reducing the PowerPoint spent.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
I would suggest lasting power, because you know that this thing normally just kind of lets you, like, it would be like if you were walking up to a key card reader and you touch the key card reader and it thinks that it allows you in. So right now you have a measure of control over this portal. But if you want it to last longer than just kind of like this scene, you could actually, I would let you use this to let it last through maybe even the next scene. So, like,
I will take that. There we go. 3 points used.
it's beautiful.
And then I will not use the other 3.
Gotcha. And you could combine them to reduce the cost of your power too, since you spent 3. So if you wanted to spend more, you could reduce the PowerPoint cost by, looks like 4, by 2. Sorry, by 2.
2.
By 1.
Yeah, sure. I will use all the add that churn. Just
Yeah,
turn it
churn
up. I'll use all 6 points.
Beautiful. So you guys now have control of the portal.
Perfect.
What are y'all gonna do?
I will let you know that we have control of the portal so that we know we can close it and open it, and then it goes further into this rock. Can I also help scan for Nequadria so that we know exactly where the big pockets are, or just the whole thing is Nequadria?
I'd say there's
You
a lot
also
of
know that
Nequadria.
I can sense Naquada
yeah.
and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Just innately.
Through her blood, and your computer is like made really for computer hacking. It's not like made for like mineral surveying and stuff, you know. So you're really good at scanning computers and stuff, not so much like minerals.
Yes. Never mind. Okay.
Did we say when? I missed it. If we said
Nope,
when,
we were not
this
given a
goes.
when.
Fuck.
It's hard to
Great.
tell. Like,
Yay.
I said it seems to be on the same time and place. It's not going to send you 1,000 years into the past.
Yeah. Drake says, "Okay. I don't see anything else here. Let's go in, shall we?"
Real quick, before we do that, I'm very curious. What time are we reading? And then Cassie's asking CatBap what time CatBap is reading. I want to see if there's a difference between time passing here and time passing on that ship.
As you reach
Just
out
as
to
baseline.
CatBap, you can hear CatBap talking to you, and there's quite a bit of interference as he's talking to you. He's just, well, it's what? And your guys' your clocks are synchronized.
Okay.
So it's not like there's a difference in time right now.
The Curie launches her drone and sends it through the portal on a return flight.
Okay. Kira, you launch your portal, your drone through. It flies forward, and you can see this kind of like glow, this kind of orangish, this goldish glow of energy, and it appears in what appears to be a narrow chamber. And you can see some forms, armored forms, laying in the distance. And then it kind of turns around and flies back on its return path. If that's what you intended, sorry. If you
it is.
If you
Yep. Nope.
there.
That's precisely what I intended. And since we're all wearing the armor, I'm assuming that can be broadcast to everybody.
Yep. Yeah, you guys see like a dark, kind of enclosed, almost cave-like system.
And I checked the chrono on the drone versus mine.
It matches.
Okay. We'll share that with the team.
Sorry, did your drone go through the gateway? Is that what it was?
The portal, yes.
Okay, then Drake would go through the portal.
Alrighty.
Tack would follow closely behind as well.
Beautiful. Does everyone else pile in before I like switch the map over?
Yep.
Got it. As you guys step through the portal, like you kind of feel like your stomach goes up into your mouth, like it's almost like going on when you lose 0 G or when you lose your gravity plating for a little bit, and your inner ear is disoriented, and you reappear in a flash of golden light. I'm gonna shift click to bring the map to where you guys are.
Wait, howdy.
And I'm gonna really quickly make sure that Sean can control the Kiri, because I know that he won't be able to, because it's the same pog on every map. So you can see, now that you're in here, you're in kind of what appears to be an artificial structure. You can see the walls are definitely like a smoothly hewn metal, and there is rubble and refuse everywhere. Before you, there is a large chasm in the ground, and you can see the armored form of a couple of Unified Authority soldiers laying, and then you can see a civilian uniform as well, or civilian vac suit as well, laying on a slab of rock.
Is the civilian Sheltec?
Yep, they're wearing the same kind of uniform as the rest of them were.
And based on what we've seen, did these bodies die at the same time? As much as we could tell, roughly.
You haven't. No one's really inspected any of the dead soldiers yet.
I'll inspect one then, since I'm curious about that.
It's hard. Roll me an intelligence test.
Drake was a coroner. He just doesn't remember it. Is it an illusion? Okay, let me just roll it. Intelligence. Hopefully that worked. That is a 10 total.
In total. So you reach out and you touch the creature, and you flip him over, and you can tell, like, actually one's kind of laying on his side. He's very stiff. You can see the wounds on him are very similar in nature to the ones that you've seen before. Yeah, it's hard for you to tell. You can't tell if he's longer dead than the others.
Does he have a face?
Frozen solid.
Does he have a face?
This one does. This one appears to have like a hole blasted through his chest.
Okay. And then in my premonition omen vision, did I see Sheltec Mining Company people getting sliced down when the Unified Authority people got sliced down?
You did not.
Okay. Then I'm going to assume they did not get taken out at the same time.
If Drake
My question,
asks,
so.
Rugel will use the med scanner to assist.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your tests. I believe it's a straight intelligence, because you're probably not trained in medicine, are you?
No, but the medical sensor gives you the +2.
Exactly.
When using int med as a primary investigation focus while treating a patient. Well, it's not really treating, but
This is fair.
diagnostic tool. So I will run straight intelligence, and we'll add 2. 17.
17. So using the scanner on this corpse, you can tell that based off of some of the radiological data that runs like a 5-minute scan, the body appears to be about 20 years dead.
The Unified Authority body.
Correct.
What about the Sheltec body?
Sheltec body is about a week old.
Okay.
And the one on the ship is 72 hours old, so it took them 4 days to get from the asteroid to the mining ship.
Right.
Or time is different. Neat. Cool.
Which body is giving off the distress signal?
As you guys step into the corridor, you can see the IFF transponder is reading from deeper within the structure, straight ahead of you. There's what appears to be a door. Like a metal kind of, metal door.
Is the technology on this UA person's suit working in any fashion?
If you go over an interface with it, you can tell that the power cells are pretty drained. But you're pretty sure that if it was hooked up to like a power source or something, you could probably get it going again. Doesn't seem to, like, the stuff's pretty hardy. But
I look over at Drugal. Is it worth trying to pull the logs?
What would you hope to get from them?
The last moments.
Ah,
I already saw it. Right? I've already seen their last moments.
if you want them from some sort of posterity's sake, you sure can. I would have shared that one was 20 years old, one was a week old.
yep.
Which one is the week old one?
The Sheltec,
Hmm.
the crew that we came here to look for. And then the
It's like-
Unified Authority are some 20 years old.
Seems like the UA found this at least 20 years ago.
Still, it
Right.
might give us some clues.
And
What's that?
are there any, when I did the deep dive into the government records, I didn't see anything about this particular, or how old was the record that the weapon had been torn apart?
The weapon was torn apart almost a century ago during the Great War.
Okay, but there was nothing 20 years ago-ish on this asteroid?
Nope.
Okay. Perfect.
Drake, as you guys are standing here kind of examining the body, discussing what to do, the premonition that you had summoned before suddenly goes off. You have an image of the anomaly coming out of the wall behind you specifically and lashing out at you.
I would want to, I mean, just narratively speaking, Drake would activate his blade of light and do a guard, a block.
Okay, so you guys are all basically standing here talking, discussing what to do, trying to say, like, should we pull the logs from this thing? And then as your attention, your focus is pulled, this tendril starts to reach out to lash out at Drake. Drake, you quickly activate your blade of light, intercepting the tendril before it strikes you. I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Let's go, you little shit.
Thanks.
And I'm gonna get some music going.
Remember, we can roll that onto our own pogs.
Oh, I didn't touch my pog before I did the thing. Well, crap.
You're 0 for 4.
No, I'm 1 for 4. I did it
Oh.
last time.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll again, Chase, or do you just want to put that 10 in?
I can put the 10 in, that's fine.
Okay.
Odd.
Didn't. I'm pretty
It's
sure
not-
I'm one less than that.
It's not using my penalty at all. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
it ignored
You know-
mine as well.
Mine's in
So
there, but
I'm gonna-
it's not.
I can't tell. So it's carrying the initiatives over from the last fight. So I don't know which ones are which. I'm gonna clear out the initiative if you guys want to roll again. Would anyone be upset about that?
Nope.
I'm yeah. I just want to keep my score. I don't care.
Okay, we can just plug it in. Like, remember your score. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
fine.
clear it out and we'll plug them in.
5,
'Cause
9,
it's
12.
a big fucking cluster.
Oh, so it is calculating the score. It just doesn't show that it is because I have a 14 minus 1, which is a 13. If you, well, it did for me anyway. Okay.
Gotcha. All right, so let us go ahead and we're gonna start adding. And I'm gonna get the music going here again a little bit. Oops. Kitty Cat, you are just in the way. I'm gonna play this music. All right, so we're gonna start with Tack. Tack, what was your initiative?
7.
7. Okay, Cassie, what was your initiative? Cassie, what was your initiative?
8.
Thank you. Drugel, you had a 10?
I sure did.
And everyone's remembering their -1s from the armor? Perfect, perfect.
Or -3 in my case.
Oh, that's rough. Sorry, Drugel at 10. Okie dokie. Dakiri, what was yours?
11.
This is not fight music. And then last but not least, Drake.
13.
13. And then I will do this again just to make sure. Alrighty, adding it last but not least. Okie dokie. Starting out this combat, I'm going to get something a little bit more exciting on here. I'm going to put this on here instead.
Can you put the turn order back up?
Oh, did it go? Oh, I'm sorry, I clicked away from it.
Thank you.
So, as the anomaly attempts to pull the same thing that it did before, reaching out of the wall, Drake, the source, your attenuation before it reveals its intention to ambush you, and you are able to flip around. We might have just lost Dakiri?
I think I'm back now.
There he is.
Okay.
So just recycled.
Yep. Your lightsaber comes up and you intercept its tendril as it tries to slash out at you. At the top of the initiative with a 13, you are up, Drake.
Wow, I'm up. Okay, cool. I'm going to just immediately slash out at this frickin' thing.
Gotcha.
I'm going to use my major action to perform an all-out attack, giving me a +1 and a -1 to defense.
Beautiful.
It's an 18 to hit.
18 to hit.
And I'm going to actually spend 5 fortune to force a stunt and gain 6 stunt points total. So it's
Beautiful.
a 20. It's a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Okay. It's going to take 11 points of ignore 4 armor damage.
Okay.
Oh my god. And then I am going to use...
Sasha.
She was sitting on everything I
Yeah,
needed.
I noticed.
Nope, that's the wrong ones. I know what I want to do. I want to use... Can I use the melee stunt hamstring to reduce my target speed by 3?
How long does that effect last?
The rest of the encounter.
I would say you can tell that it has somewhat of an incorporeal form. That will last until it switches forms.
Well, that is what I'm going to do with 3 of my points. I'm going to reduce its speed by 3.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to use my other 3 points to do a lightning attack.
Excellent.
It is an 18 total on the lightning attack. And then not 9
hits.
Yeah, 9 points of ignore 4 armor.
Okie dokie. And you can tell now as you're fighting it, your blade seems to somewhat be passing through it, if that makes sense. Like it's giving it some resistance, but you don't feel like you're doing as much damage as you would be like a fully cohesive target.
Yeah. I'm going to use my minor action to use displacement, which is a source power.
Excellent.
Oh, I do make it with 5 stunt points total. I'm going to use 4 of those stunt points to split the power and give it to Tack. So Tack, you gain a +2 bonus to your armor against melee and a +5 versus range. Whenever a target misses, they can use at the start of their next turn, they can use a perception check to try to see through it. And I also gain it as well. And then I'll use the remaining 1 point to, do something else. And that's my turn.
Excellent. So, unsurprised by this creature, you
Powerful
hit it with
manifestation.
Yep, perfect. You hit it with a flurry of blows, surprising it because it thought that it had the drop on you. At a 12 initiative, it is the Anomaly's turn. Seeing your powerful manifestation of the source, both yourself and Dakiri kind of starting to shimmer, the creature lets out a pulls itself back into the wall. Not that. Why are you on the token layer? Nope. Okay, well the portal's gone now. It pulls itself back into the wall.
You little shit.
Thank you for the bits, T-Bone.
Thank you, T-Bone. You can see it comes floating out of the wall back here behind Cassie and Droogle. And it then, using its major action to downgrade it into a minor action, slowly starts to form into this like humanoid shape that is made of like stone, and the stone around it. It doesn't seem to resemble any one of you. It's kind of like more monstrous and abstract of a humanoid shape. And I'm not going to change its pog because that would mess everything up, but it is going to stay there for now. That is its minor, and its major downgraded to its minor.
Chase, real quick. So, Tack with the Master Protector action sends an opponent that was adjacent to me moved next to an ally. I can move adjacent to it no matter the speed. So
Beautiful.
Tack is going to just see it disappear, see it pop out, and just push back Struggle and Casey to get next to it again.
And I would say, Tack, that your Solate Golo senses, you can sense the tremors spreading out through this rock. You can feel it displacing the atoms as it passed through, kind of tracking and knowing where it was going to be, basically forcing your way over there to block it. Okie dokie. Dakiri, you were up with an 11 with Droogle with a 10 on deck.
Do I have line of sight where I'm at?
You both would have cover, so you would have a penalty to the attack.
Penalty to the attack.
I would say with the.
Okay.
So cover basically cover gives you bonuses, but it gives the person attacking from behind cover a penalty too. It's actually it's a risk reward thing.
Okay.
So
Well, I
have
tactical awareness, so I'm gonna move until I do have line of sight to fire. And I move back.
Okay.
Fair?
I would say that's a pretty clear line of sight. Pulling out the needler rifle.
But you gotta subtract 2 on that. I thought wounded would do that, but it didn't.
Gotcha.
So 15.
15. Let me double check. I believe a 15 misses. Yep, 15 misses.
All right, then I move back into that cover position. And that's my turn.
Gotcha. Yeah. So Dakiri kind of pops out of cover, letting loose some shots with the needler rifle. The sounds reverberating through the empty cavern as it ricochets off the wall, missing the creature. I startle you with the shots.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And then Cassie, you're correct. I see your thing in chat. Alexis, if you want to, you can get your free shot off with it. That just uses your major action on your turn.
Oh.
And while you decide what you want to do, Dakiri, I need you to roll me a D6, a capacity test for your needler. 5. I believe that is. I believe that is below. Do you have those stats for your needler on you? Do you know what the capacity is?
I will look them up.
Perfect. My cat is pulling focus. She was begging to get down here. Now she's standing at the top of the stairs, meowing incessantly, wanting to get out.
I'll let her out in a minute after my turn.
Beautiful. So what were you gonna do, Cassie? We're gonna try to use that turn or no?
No, I think I need to wait and see if I need to heal anybody.
Gotcha.
I think I'll do that.
And your
I'm gonna
capacity
tend to
is a
Sasha,
5.
I'll be back.
Perfect. So your capacity is a 5 deck. So as you're unloading your needle rifle, you've been a little disoriented. You click and you get to the end of the magazine, or at the end of the quarrel, as your needle rifle runs out of shots. But you know that you have extras and you can reload.
Yep.
Alrighty. Next up on the initiative track is Droogle with a 10.
Okay, you said there was a door to go deeper into this thing. I am moving towards the door.
Okay. You can move past your ally tack, kind of squeezing past the anomaly. And
so the door is over here.
Yep.
Ah. Okay. Okay. It doesn't appear possible to move around them to get to the door.
You can. You can. I'm saying you can pass through your friends' squares, so you can just kind of,
kind of move myself there. I will try to open the door. If it has technology, I would try bypass power as my minor action.
Bypass is exactly what you need to use. Yep, you go up and it doesn't immediately open, and so you're going to need to use bypass. You can see, kind of covered with a little bit of dust, is a very old Unified Authority bypass mechanism that's battery has died. So somebody has been through this door already.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
19.
Very cool. With 6 on the dice, meaning.
But there's no stun dice. No stun points.
This is this was this thing if you made the test. So
this is a TN on 9. I don't have any stunt points. I used up my power points, and I can get this door open and closed.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Perfect.
Go
ahead.
I'm sorry, but the turn does go up by 1 because you succeeded on a test when you rolled a 6 on the stunt die.
Oh, got it. All right, and then as my major action, I would like to reclaim the sensors that I used on this thing before to try and see it, and then try to patch that to everybody's HUD.
I think, I will just say, I think that's your actions, because you have a minor to move, and then you cast a power.
Gotcha. Okay. I forgot that movement wasn't its own thing.
Sorry, it's a minor action. Yep. Thank you, Frosty, for the bits. Welcome. Don't forget to enter the giveaway, Frosty. If somebody can throw those up, we got 2 giveaways going right now. The group is just in a fragment of a Forerunner super weapon fighting a slip space anomaly.
Thank you for the T-Bone.
Then that's my turn.
Gotcha. So Droogle, kind of surging forward, reaches out with her hacking computer, quickly interfacing with the Forerunner technology, and you can see the corridor opens before you. Let me open this up so you can see. You can see a long hallway with 2 more Unified Authority corpses laying in it. You can see past a 90-degree angle, and you can see here at the far end of the corridor is the shimmering light, kind of playing almost like shimmering light playing here at the edge of the corridor, spilling around the corner. And that is Droogle's turn with a 10. Cassie, you're up with an 8, and Tack, you are on deck with a 7.
Okay, has anyone been... anyone been hurt so far?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just checking. All right. Okay. I am going to move myself over here a smidge and shoot at it.
Go for it.
Have I just trying to decide which weapon she's got out right now? What have we seen working better? Energy weapons or like ballistics?
They all seem to have been having an equal effect on it.
Okay. Well, we'll just do this then. I'll roll it with my. I'll use my P90, I guess. Did you? There we go. I was like, did it do it? There we go.
The 17 hits.
Yeah. Good. Remembering where this goes. Okay.
8 points of
8
damage.
damage. Yep.
Gotcha. So you let your silenced SMG lets out its cough of fire as you put several bullets into this creature, and you can see them kind of passing through and hitting the wall behind it. You are leaving some kind of trails through it. It did do some damage, but you know it doesn't seem to have done a ton based off of its kind of mutable nature.
Yep. And I'm just going to, I guess, put myself here next to both Drake and Cassie. I mean, Drake and Takiri.
Beautiful. And is that your turn, Cassie?
I believe it is.
All right, Tack, you're up with a 7. Drake, you're on deck with a 13.
All right, Tack will watch it, trying to follow its movements closely, trying to get a beat on it, and using aim as my minor action. When I think I've got one, we will swing out with our hammer.
Beautiful.
Give me a second. Where is my focuses?
Nice. 17 hits
With 5 stun points.
with 5 stunt points.
Alright, let's see what we've got here.
It would be
Does
6
that
stunt
armor
points.
crash? Yes. 6. I will dump 6 stunt points into Guardian Angel.
Okay, can you tell the people viewing what that does?
I will. So, an ally within 5 meters of me, so I'm going to pick Drugel. If they take damage before my next turn, 1 damage point per SP spent transfers to me instead as I interpose in front of the attack. And I believe actually that is even better if I check my...
I think you have a talent that improves
I
it, don't
do.
you?
Yep. So my protector talent actually improves it. I don't have the full wording on here, so let me just double check this. When I perform the Guardian action stunt, the amount of damage I take is instead of your ally is equal to the number of SC spent plus 2, so I will soak 8 damage if Drugel gets hit.
Excellent. Very cool.
And if I hit, I have damage for that. I'm assuming a 17 does hit.
Yeah, 17 hits. Yeah, that's how you stunted.
12 points of damage.
12 points of damage.
And then I will actually move the anomaly 1 square up.
Gotcha. So you slam the anomaly, its form more humanoid, more solid, but your hammer does kind of sink kind of through it as you pull it along. You know that you've done damage, but it seems to be not quite as much as you would if you'd hit a normal person, like a fully corporeal person. All right, Tack, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Drake, you are up with a 13, and the anomaly is on deck with a 12.
Anomaly is adjacent to me, right? I'm gonna declare
Yep.
an all-out attack again. Whew, this thing is scary. Is it manifesting any kind of weapon?
No, all the attacks that you've seen have been like basically extensions of itself.
Cool. This is a +1. 21.
21 hits.
That is 5 stunt points thanks to Cassie. I'm gonna go ahead and resolve damage. 11 points of ignore 4 armor.
Okay.
Fuck me, dude. I have 5, right? Okay, I'm gonna do lightning attack. This is at another
Okay.
+1.
Okay.
That's a 16 total.
16 hits.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yep.
Just hits.
Yep. And then I also before I want to do that, actually, I'm gonna spend two stunt points to parry it. I'm gonna reduce its armor by 2 till my next turn.
Okay.
Or the players can handle that, and we can all do +2, whichever you want to do. But it has a -2 to its armor.
I'll remember that. Its armor
Okay.
is reduced by 2. Yep.
Okay. So then it takes this is from the lightning attack. 15 points of ignore 4 armor.
Got it.
So that's 5 stunt point spent. That is my major action. With my minor action, I'm just going to stand firm in case it tries to knock me prone or move me. That is going to make my turn, and its armor is reduced by 2 till my next turn. So there you go.
Gotcha. So you're lashing out with your energy sword, swinging through it multiple times, and you can see you've kind of hacked off part of its shoulder, exposing the kind of like roiling oil slick like material beneath. That is your turn.
There's a moment where it tries to attack me, and I parry it away, and it goes off balance.
Exactly. Oh yeah. At a 12, it is the Anomaly's turn. Seeing all these attacks from you. Oh yeah, we did have another 6. Haha! The turn's going up. 27. It's not fully necessarily aware of what Tack is doing to it, so it is going to lash out at you, Drake. But Tack is probably going to end up soaking this. So
I think I have to designate.
Oh, yeah, you designated.
She was
Drupal.
an ally, so I designated Drupal.
Gotcha. That's fine. I mean, that was a smart move. It's just Drake pulled focus from it, doing all that damage.
I also split it towards Drake, but I know Drake can take hits, so.
Exactly. So this thing is going to make its attack roll. I realize that I don't have that sheet open anymore. So it reaches out with a pseudopod at you. It does have a -2 to this attack. Yeah, that is not going to hit. It's only got a 10. So you can see it lashes out, and where this tendril kind of lashes against the wall, you can see just a rivet torn through the wall as it kind of just disintegrates as the tendril passes through it. That is its major action. I'm gonna check its character sheet really quick just to make sure. Yeah, that is its turn right now. So that is the Anomaly. Next up on the initiative is, if I can get this chat window out of the way. Thank you. Oh, come on, 1 second. Sorry, I got the windows on this computer are tiny. Dakiri with an 11 and Drugel's on deck with a 10.
All right, so I'll have to reload as my minor and fire for my currents. Is that the behind cover. It's not behind cover, correct?
I think it. No, I think you're probably fine. Yeah, you could probably. I think that's the same positioning it was before, wasn't it? No, it was one further up north.
No,
That's
it
why I
moved
covered.
up.
Yeah, I think you could probably draw an unobstructed corner to corner if you wanted. You're leaning out around it. You're not trying to take cover, so then that's fine.
So it'd be -2, but I think +2 given Drake's effect, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But still misses.
Nope. Wait, hold on. So what's your total?
My total is 14 -2.
So it's 12.
That's an awful roll.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so a 12 even with its -2 to defense would miss. Unless you
I'm
spend
gonna spend
fortune
this.
to
I'm
increase.
gonna spend the 6.
Spend 6? Gotcha.
Yeah, so it'll be +5, 17.
17 hits. Churn goes up by 1 to a 28 as you spend 6 fortune to secure the attack.
And that would have been a stunt as well. So 12 points of damage, and I'm gonna use. I'll use momentum to gain 3 to initiative.
Excellent. Decuri's initiative becomes a 14. I've changed it. I'm gonna resort. I'll wait till we get to the top of the initiative to resort it so I don't mess anything up.
No worries. That's my turn.
And you did 12 points of damage?
Yes.
Got it. So your needle rifle rounds ricochet out through the open cavern, slashing into it, seeming to do damage. Drugel, you are up on initiative with a 10. Cassie, you're next in line with an 8.
All right, I want everyone to be able to see this thing without blinding them. So I want to pull up whatever radar I had on it and share it on the HUDs. That it is assuming the same scanning technology from the ship could be passed down to us through the suits to be able to see this thing.
Normally, yes, but you have now noticed that inside this cavern, you have 0 connection to the ship. As you try to basically slave your HUD to the ship.
Do the suits have any of that radar inherently? That's what I'm asking.
No.
Okay, so this HUD has no night vision, no heat vision, no.
The HUD has night vision. You just don't have radar. You don't have motion trackers or radar.
Got it.
You have night vision and thermal kind of stuff.
Okay, so I can't do anything to make sure that people can see this thing. All right, I'm moving down the hallway.
Okay.
So that means I can move, but I have a speed 10. So what's that? 5 squares. All right, I'm moving down this hallway towards this other light source. And then with my other hand, kind of keeping an eye on the light source behind me, I will pull out a weapon. I will pull out my pistol, because that's one-handed. I was trying to make sure that you could see it when it disappeared into the walls.
Exactly.
So basically, before when we were on the Telpat Ren, I could track the energy signature until it hit the planet. So I was hoping we could do the same thing on the planet, so that we could see it when it disappeared into the walls.
Gotcha.
But I cannot.
Perfect. So you're using your minor action to trumble down the hallway, and you're using your other minor action, your major as a minor, to draw your weapon?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then as I said, just making sure that nothing's coming from behind us. Well,
Absolutely.
in front of us in this case.
Yeah. To the south? Yeah, we'll call it the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
Excellent. Drugel pressing forward deeper into the facility. You can see this kind of chromatic light playing on the wall behind you, but you don't sense any motion or, Drugel, you as a Dracelite kind of by nature can see in the dark, and you can kind of see that there's nothing lurking further. All right, Drugel, is that your turn?
It is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Cassie, you're up with an 8, and Tack, you're on deck with a 7.
This thing being a little bit easier to hit right now, I'm going to try with my Zat.
Okay. Are you gonna? It does take an action to like swap weapons, unless you're like, dual wielding them. Just letting you know.
A full action?
Unless you have the. What was that?
A full action?
It takes a minor action to like draw a weapon. So.
Okay. Well,
just
if I'm
letting
not
you know,
moving, I have my minor available, right?
Yep. Just letting you know.
Okay. Then I will do that. Thank you for the reminder.
Yep. So quickly, kind of letting the P90 loose on the sling, you pull out your Zat as it kind of extends, and then you fire your shot at it. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
I mean, we'll see if it's beautiful. It's not. I'm thinking. Why did it put aim on it?
You might have a little check mark on your sheet with aim clicked.
I don't think I.
Like at the top left. You just -1.
Oh,
so you got a
okay.
9.
All right. Oh, so it's only a 9 to hit, which I needed what to hit? Do I know?
You don't know the exact target number? You know it's probably between, around 14 or 15.
I guess I'm taking a miss.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to spend a fortune to try to hit it?
No, I said I guess I'm taking a miss. I think I'm getting gated again. I don't know.
I'm so sorry. No, I was adjusting my headphones. It must have been me. My hair was getting in my eyes. Okay, so Cassie quickly tries to swap weapons and fires some shots downrange with her Zat. And misses. Cassie, is that your turn?
I got nothing else.
All right. Tack, you're back up with a 7, and Drake, and then Dakiri would be at the top of the round with a 14.
Tack will keep trying to keep their eye on it, using aim as their minor, and then taking a swing again.
Okay.
16.
16 hits.
17 with the aim, because it didn't factor.
17 hits also.
Perfect. Where'd she go? $12 points of damage.
Your hammer kind of slams kind of through it into the wall. Still doing damage, but not quite as much as you would have corporeal foe. All right, back up at the top. Oh, sorry. And that's your turn?
That was my turn.
Beautiful. Back up at the top of the initiative with a 14 to Kiri.
Another shot with the needler rifle.
Gotcha.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
17 points of damage.
17. Excellent.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. And one thing I did forget, it's not a huge deal now, we'll just do it next time. I should have had Cassie roll a capacity test. Actually, Cassie, can you roll me a d6? I'm trying to get better at doing that, to see if, when you roll, you just need to see if that results in you running out of bullets. The capacity on your Zat is a 5, so that, unfortunately, it's not good to roll high on these. So as you go, your Zat kind of reaches the end of its battery. You know that you can quickly swap one out on your next turn as you try to shoot this thing down.
Super.
Gotcha. Rough. All right, Dakiri, you hit it with 17 points of damage. Was there anything else that you wanted to do on your turn, or was that your whole turn?
That was it.
Okay. So Dakiri, again, launching, you guys know it's coming, launches some needler rifle rounds down range, pumping rounds into this anomaly. Drake, you're up with a 13. You're muted, buddy.
Thank you. All out attack on this thing again. Let me just double check something before I haul off. Yeah, this is perfect. Yep, this is perfect. Drugle's down there. Yeah, okay. I'll do that. I will just do an all-out attack. It was a +1. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay, I'm going to spend 4 fortune to force a stunt. Gain 5 stunt points. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Beautiful. Turn goes up to 29.
Music stopped.
It's good. Oh, really?
Oh, the music stopped for you? I'll just stop and restart it.
Let me resolve damage, then do stunts. 12 points of ignore 4 armor.
Excellent.
I am going to spend. I've got that. Okay. I've got. I'm going to spend 1 for feint to reduce its initiative by 1.
Haha.
Doesn't matter yet, but I'm hoping it will. I am then going to spend 3 stunt points to reduce its armor by 3 till the start of my turn. Till my turn.
It's armor.
Yeah.
So it's.
Defense. Excuse me. Sorry. Defense.
Thank you.
With parry. So I'm like, I feint it. It goes to swing. I do like a back swing to get its claws away. And then I'm gonna use my other stunt point. Me increasing my initiative doesn't actually work. It actually kind of counters me a bit. I'm just gonna do. You maneuver footwork. I think.
Gotcha.
I think that'll do it. Just double checking. No. I'm gonna do duck and weave. I'm gonna increase my defense.
Alrighty.
So yeah, that's my action. And then with my minor, I think I'm just gonna move down here.
Gotcha.
That way,
Gotcha.
yeah. Here. Yeah.
All right, and its initiative is reduced by 1, you said?
Yep, by 1.
All right, its initiative is now an 11.
Yeah.
So
Keep
at the
doing
start
that
of
to
its
it.
turn, at the start of its turn, I believe it can make a perception test for as free because it's missed you, so it's going to try to do that.
Yep, and I increased the force of that, so it's higher.
Okie dokie. Let me double check because
I believe my force is 16. I'll double check. Yeah, my force is 16 for this, so the TN is 16.
got it. I'm just triple checking one thing.
Perception. I have the text in here. Perception seeing test against your force.
Got it.
It made it. Yep.
16. Okie dokie. So the thing turns, like this creature kind of turns, and you can see that its form ripples, and it takes on the shape of you, Drake, as it can clearly see you, and it kind of lashes out at you with one of its tentacles, letting loose its rage.
So I do. It's just a 13 right now.
Is a 17 hit?
That does hit.
Okay.
I am going to attempt to block it.
Good.
Yeah, that's a pretty steep roll, though. I don't know, but I mean, I might as well try. There's no penalty for trying, so maybe I could wait, but. I block it. 18.
Good.
18.
Technically
18.
19.
Yes, 19. Yes.
And you stunted.
Oh, that's right. And I actually have stunts for these.
Yes, you do.
Can I? Oh, I have enough. I'm going to reflect it back at him.
Okay.
I send his attack, like, I'm assuming it's like a slam attack of like almost a fist-like thing, and I direct it straight into his own knee, like knee, quote unquote.
Gotcha. So you can see, and it'll just do its damage to itself.
Yeah.
As the thing, and you can see that it seems to take the full effect of its own attack. And the creature lets out an angry bellow as it takes the full amount of the damage. That was its major action. With its minor action, it turns and it starts to move deeper into the facility as it is hurt. Stopping behind Drugel. As you can see it kind of like moving down, its body taking on more of the stonish shape. Tack, using his ability to keep and parry with its attack, is just basically harrying it as it goes.
Specifically
as
says
it goes.
distant speed does not matter. I just move adjacent to it.
The next time somebody's in a speeder bike and takes off at 600 miles an hour, and you're just like, okay. All right, that was the Anomaly's turn. Drugel. So you can hear this roar behind you, and you turn, and you can see the Anomaly bearing down on you.
Well, I'm going to shoot it and then run away.
Got it.
So, I'm going to shoot it. That's a 17 with 5 stun points.
Yeah.
Let's get some damage for you. 12 damage. And this is just the blaster pistol, so it's armor piercing, I believe. And then one of these has gun stunts. Ooh, we're just gonna go ahead and use 2 of those 6 because I get an extra one from Cassie.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna double team. And
Yes.
then I am also going to, so that's 2. I'm gonna go ahead and seize the initiative with my 4 and use all 6.
Gotcha. Moving. I'm going to put you at a 15 initiative to represent you being at the top.
2, 3, 4.
So- Sorry. Real quick before I reset it, we did hit churn 30.
I know.
And so Drugel just generated more churns, so I'm going to roll it back to 1.
Okay.
Because it resets at 30, so...
That means that somebody's getting the big churn giveaway tonight. But I'm going
Make
to
sure you entered
this.
that giveaway.
Yeah. So 12 points of damage, and then you
12,
move forward.
please. And I've
Got it.
moved, and I seized the initiative, and I gave Tack a turn with double team.
Excellent. So Drugel, with her large blaster pistol, is firing shots into this creature's form as they move down the hallway. Tack, close in pursuit. You get your swing on it, Tack.
13. Can I spend fortune on double
Yeah,
team?
I don't see why not. You just can't stunt or anything.
Sorry,
Okay.
does 13 hit versus a -3 armor?
Oh.
Oh, it's got a -3
Yeah,
now.
-3 to defense. Yep.
Got it. Sorry, I kept. Yep. Actually, a 13 does hit it.
Oh,
I
perfect.
had a feeling it was 16.
Yeah.
So it will take 12 points of damage,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also going to push it 2 meters straight north.
Oh, away from where it was trying to go.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, 2 meters. So
2
just one
meters.
square.
Just
All
one
right.
square.
So you see it moving on Drugel, and you come up and just slam it with your hammer, sending it flying back 2 meters. All right, Drugel, as you round this corner, you can see down this hallway, and I'm going to reveal it for you.
Okay, so
Shut up.
just as a point of order, I stopped at the edge of that corner and looked around
fine.
it. I did not take my whole personage to
That's
that
fine.
next square.
That's fine. I think this should be revealing it for everybody. Down there. Is it not? Oh,
Revealing what?
I had the wrong tool selected because I'm a stellar GM that
Ooh.
everyone
Oh
knows and loves.
no!
Ooh, what is this?
Why? Why?
That's the prismatic shell.
Yes, so you can see this roiling kind of like I said, Matthew just said prismatic shell. It seems like kind of like an oil slick hanging in the air, and suspended on kind of like this platform in the center is a crystal that seems to be kind of shimmering and moving in on itself, kind of like a 4-dimensional torus.
Then overcomes just because talking's a free action, right?
Yeah, within reason.
We want to destroy the crystal, right?
I don't think we know.
Well, here goes. And that's my turn.
Gotcha. So Drugel, plodding down to the end of the hallway. Cassie, you're up with an 8, and then Tack is on deck with a 7.
Okay. I'm at a bit of a problem because I don't think I can see it well. Do I have line of sight?
I would say that has a +1 to defense against you from that corner. But you do know its defense is reduced by 3 right now because of Drake. So it's relatively easy to hit.
I either need to reload or switch guns, which is a minor action either way, which means I can't move and hit. How much has it been hit so far?
Quite a bit. You can see like its form is taking damage, and its movements are becoming maybe a little bit more erratic, or I wouldn't say desperate. You're definitely hurting it. You're chipping away at it, even with as much reduced damage as you've been dealing.
Okay. So, I would like to. I guess here's what I'll do. There's a stunt that lets you reload as part of the reload quickly.
Mm-hmm. It's called efficient
Rapid
gunner.
reload.
Oh, rapid reload. Yeah.
If I plan to, can I like? If I stunt, can I use that instead of a minor action to reload?
I feel like the intention is you have to make a successful test with it, and you can't attack with it being empty.
Okay, well.
Right? Like, I'm not trying to be difficult. I mean, I'll put it to the group. What does the group think? I kind of feel like the intention of it is to be used, before, but I'm not trying to be. I don't feel like that's the spirit of the stunt, but I would be willing to do.
I'll just spend a minor action and I'll reload my Zat and I'll try to hit it.
Wouldn't that be a call?
Oh, that's the
stunt?
wrong thing. I miss wildly, so it's fine. Move on.
Okay. So Cassie pulls out the Zat, and yep. And you don't need to spend any fortune or anything?
No, I got shafted by my dice again, so just move on.
Okay. So, sorry, a tough break for Cassie. Pulls out her set. Just a quick time check. I know that we're 11 minutes past 9. Do you guys want to keep going? I feel like we're pretty close at the end of the encounter.
I'm good.
I'm okay.
Okay. All right. We'll keep on going. All right. Next up on the initiative is Tack with a 7, and then Drugel back at the top with a 15.
Okay, so the one downside to my running across the room power is my speed is now 0 for this turn, so I can't get next to it to attack it. So, I don't know if this will work, but I think I can do this. I want to try to stunt attack with taunt. Can I make a stunt attack with taunt, even though I'm not next to it? Is taunt's within 10 meters?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's how that works.
So what would I roll? Would I still roll my like heavy weapons attack then? Because it doesn't matter because it's just
roll.
stunned.
I mean, so I guess the thing is though, like you'll taunt it, and the taunt will have it move up adjacent to you.
Correct. It'll have to act against me instead of anyone else.
Right. Okay, yeah, that will work. You're just not going to do any damage.
Correct.
Like you can't hit it.
No,
yeah,
I know I can't do damage, but I can at least keep it focused on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, you basically roll your attack, and then you just see if you succeed.
And I start.
And you do
with 4 points.
Yep. And so the way that the stunt attack works is you actually do generate the thing. So yeah, you actually generate the full Monty. You get the 1 stunt point from the stunt attack, plus what you would have earned from the doubles.
So
Plus
that's
mine.
6 total then.
Exactly.
Perfect. Awesome. So we will taunt. So it's an opposed communication test.
Okay.
At least that's what taunt says.
Communication and willpower, I thought.
Yeah, communication or communication deception versus willpower.
Is this a general stunt?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, one moment. Yeah, you roll the communication deception. It's going to roll its willpower.
Or self-discipline.
Yep. That was a pretty good roll.
I have a 0 in communication.
Pretty nice. Let me get this thing rolled.
6 on the stunt dice too.
It is.
I saw that.
Move that. Crank that turn. You beat it, so you succeed on your taunt. Basically, how does this look? How does Tack taunt the creature?
So you just hear this like low rumble at it, trying to match its similar frequency it's been talking with, and just start hitting my shield with my hammer.
Gotcha. Can everyone hear the music, or is the music stopped for
Quit
everybody?
again.
Okay.
And then I will use my second 2 cents. So double team with Dakiri and double team with Cassie.
Okay.
And that should be 6 total.
And just to let you know, we had ruled that each additional
that's
use
right.
of a thing increases the cost by 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 double team with Cassie.
Poor choice, but okay.
You're gonna hit one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Not today.
You do know that it's Tian is effectively a 13 right now. So that's within range of you spending fortune to hit it if you wanted to.
Can I do that on somebody's stunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just can't stunt on the stunt.
Sure, I'll do it.
All right. So which dice are you changing?
I mean, not the drama die.
Okay, so you're spending 6 fortune to take the one of those 3s up to a 6 to hit it. You changed the yeah. I'm not
Okay.
trying to tell you. I'm just making sure you understand what it is.
Yes, okay. I think I'm misunderstanding ways we can change our attacks, our attack totals.
Yeah, so basically you choose one dice and you, with a normal dice, you spend a number of fortune equal to the face that you want it to go to. So if you were
Right.
taking it from a 3 to a 4, that would be 4 fortune. If you were trying to add 3 to your attack, right, because you only rolled a 10, you'd have to change one of those 3s to a 6, which is 6 fortune.
Right. Okay. That's what I did.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, you hit.
Okay.
Yeah, so
3 damage, but it ignores
Damage,
all
and that
armor.
is armor piercing. Or armor defeating it. Perfect. So the Zat rings down, finally getting purchased, and you can see it does its full effective damage on this creature. Tack, is that your turn?
I've got 2 stunt points left that I will give to Drake for group tactics to allow him to move 2 meters.
Thanks, T-Bone. Glad that you're enjoying the sound effects tonight.
And that is it. My turn.
I'm using a really slick stream deck that's really been helping out with that. You know, they're pretty cool. A friend gave it to me. All right, Tack, that is your turn. Back up to the top of the round. Since they seized the initiative, is Drugel with a 15, and then Dakiri is on deck with a 14.
All right, with my minor action, I'm going to trade out for my ballistics rifle. And
Okay.
I'm going to try and shoot the crystal.
Okay.
For better or for worse. Unless it looks like it's a computer.
It does not look like a computer.
Exactly. Okay, then I'm going to try to shoot it. That's a 17.
17 hits.
Okay. Then we're going to do 18 points of damage to the crystal.
You reach out and kind of leaning around the corner, firing with your high-tech rifle. And you see these bullets kind of slamming into its shape. As you do, you can see the roiling shimmer around it just kind of like undulate with every bullet that ricochets off of it, kind of expanding and turning an angry red. The crystal is still there, as you can see the kind of the bullets like ricocheting around, leaving trails as they pass through this shimmer.
Okay, so it didn't actually hurt the shimmer?
It had some kind of effect.
Okay. So, is this crystal sentient? Is that what I get from it then?
No, it just seemed to be reacting to so the what you're drawing is the crystal is definitely generating the shimmer, and shooting it was like it was showing an angry red, so shooting it was hurting it, and was affecting the shimmer around it.
Got
Although
it.
whether or not, yeah.
Okay.
Seems to be pretty tough. I mean, you hit it with several bullets very straight on, and it it doesn't seem to have any cracks in it or anything.
Okay. And when those ricochet, they ricocheted around the room.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone was standing in the room, they would be potentially hit with ricochet.
Yeah.
Versus down the hallway. I will relay that back to the group, and that's my turn.
Beautiful. Testing theories. Should we shoot the ancient crystal? Love it. I think I put the initiative tracker away. Dakiri, you are up with a 14. Drake, you're on deck with a 13.
Okay. I will move so I have line of sight and take another shot at it with the rifle. That would normally be a miss, but I'm going to spend 4. So it'll be 15. Is that right? Add 3 minus 2. Yeah.
13? That just hits.
15 to hit.
15.
Yeah.
15 hits. Yep. Especially with the what Drake has done.
With 2 on the stunt points, or 3, I should say. Well, 3 total stunts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, damage coming up. 18.
This thing is looking decently hurt. Like you can see that as these needle rounds start to pour through it, you can see parts of it coming off and just kind of like floating and evaporating away.
Stopped again.
What happened?
The music stopped again.
What is? It just plays and plays for me. I'll get you. Thank you for letting me
Not
know.
enough. All right, I'm gonna use Vicious Blow on that one for another D6.
Oh, nice.
Two more points, and then I will add 3 to my initiative.
Gotcha.
No, actually, I'm gonna use Adrenaline Rush and regain one of my spent fortune.
Beautiful.
That's my turn.
All right, Drake, you're up with a 13. The Anomaly is next with an 11.
Oh man. I think I wanted to ask quickly. Drugel over comms. Does that crystal look like it weighs 10 pounds or more?
How heavy does the crystal appear, Chase?
It's a decent sized crystal. It's probably the size of like a beer bottle. But you know that crystals are actually generally pretty light, actually, since they're mostly just carbon. Well, diamonds are normally just carbon. You have no fucking clue what this thing is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It could weigh 1,000,000 pounds. It could weigh... Every pound weighs 1,000 pounds.
Okay.
Emotionally, no, I'm kidding.
So then Drake is going to do his 3-point, linebacker stance, and he's going to harness the power of the source. There, that is what thank God. +1. He is going to move 50 meters with a minor action, which puts him about here.
Right, so just a blur. As you, Drake, as you come running around into this room, I just want to describe it. So you see this kind of shimmering wall before you, like a soap bubble almost, and you pass through it, and then all of a sudden your equilibrium is completely thrown awry. You feel like down is up and left is right as you step into this, and you can hear like echoing in your head.
Since I have the movement, I'm actually going to move. It's actually 55. I'm just going to move. I'm going to try to get to the thing if I can.
You can. I need you to roll me a perception test. Perception, yes. Intuition.
Drake doesn't have intuition. Perception? Okay. I have survival. Is that a tangential focus?
Unfortunately not, I don't think.
14.
14 makes it, actually.
Nice.
So you are completely disoriented for a moment, but you close your eyes. Well, actually, I'll let you describe it. How you would find your way through this, like, shifting quintessence.
Drake closes his eyes. And he, having his equilibrium, is gravity fucky?
No, but, like, you feel like you're drunk, like the world is spinning.
Okay, then, yeah, he would close his eyes, holding out his blade of light, and he would let the blade of light guide him forward and lead him in a correct direction.
Okay.
I'd like to point out you said like he's drunk, so his natural state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is fine.
He's got a circumstantial +2 to the test.
I just doubled my score, yeah. And then I'm going to use my major action to use move object. I'm going to try to affect the crystal.
All right.
$17.
So with your eyes still closed, you reach out, and the crystal kind of dislodges, flying towards you. You can see, just as it's approaching your hand, almost in slow motion, it is kind of this roiling, twisting shape, and it kind of solidifies into a singular shard as it goes into your hand, and the shimmering effect around the room falls.
I'm also going to spend 4 fortune to force a stunt. I don't know why. I don't know why I am. I just am addicted to risk, I guess. Is there any other effects or anything I could disrupt? Just checking.
Not right now. No.
That's
I
fine.
don't think.
I am going to use imposing power. The power manifests in a much more dramatic fashion than usual, or perhaps radiates a sinister aura. In this case, it's not sinister, I would think. Until the next turn, anyone attempting to make a melee attack against you has to make a willpower courage test. So, just to make it more dramatic, basically. It's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, you can see like the power flowing through them, and if you'll notice on the map, the effects change. Because I'm a piece of shit like that. Drake, is that your turn?
Yeah, I would just say, we figured it out as I hold the crystal.
Gosh.
It's my turn.
On the Anomaly's turn, it comes with its minor action and its speed of 14.
Keep in mind, it is taunted and has to oppose me.
Oh,
or
it
attack
does!
me.
It does!
That's
So
right.
it heedless of what's happening there, is going to lash out at you, Tack. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 matches from the disruption.
Okay, and it has 4 stunt points. I need you to roll me a Constitution tolerance test.
$17 with 6.
I'm sorry, the music stopped again.
It's happening. I think it's like on a half-life. I think like it takes less and less time for it to fail each time. Hey, Roll20, I know that at one point we were on your Roll20 spotlight for another game, but if you guys could get your jukebox to work better, that would be great if you guys are watching. All right, you said a 17 on the roll. Let me check and see what that does.
Is that a success?
It is a
Then the
success.
churn goes up by 1.
Haha. I would say actually, have you taken any damage this fight? I would say that there is no effect then. So the tendril hits. It does still do damage to you from its initial, and it has 4 stunt points to spend. So it is going to use a lightning attack because that is one of its favored stunts. It's going to make. First, I'm going to roll its damage on you. So whatever the damage is showing up in chat, it does to you. And then the lightning attack.
Is it armor piercing damage?
No.
Then it does nothing because I have toughness of 8.
Exactly. So it kind of
Just
bounces
the shield
off of your armor.
goes up.
Yep. And then futilely it hits you with a 19. So I need you to roll me another Constitution save. 17, no effect.
Another 17.
Rolling hot. So you can feel like as these tendrils are kind of like passing through you. I guess I'll just roll its damage again, but it can't roll enough, I think, to hurt you really. So I mean, I guess maybe it can if it rolls real high, but it's not going to be a ton of damage. 7. So these tendrils are slamming onto you, surprisingly not penetrating, not sure why. And you can see that the creature's form is like kind of becoming erratic and shimmering in and out. And it's not seeming to have any effect on you. Next up in the initiative is Cassie with an 8.
Okay. So. Who is hurt right now? Much?
I don't think anyone's really hurt. I mean, besides... Oh, maybe I think Sean's shaking his hand.
Is Dakiri hurt?
Not, I mean, from spending fortune, but not hurt.
So no one's really
Damn
hurt.
it.
Besides maybe Tack from spending fortune, you know?
I'm sure.
I mean, Drake.
I'm sure Drake is more hurt from spending fortune than anyone else at this
Right.
point.
But I'm too far away.
Correct. That's what I figured. All right. So, in that case, I think Cassie is just going to path over here and shoot at this thing with her Zat. I guess, because it's still its armor is lowered. I think, right? No, not anymore.
No, it was trying to get to that area, but like it seems to be very hurt.
Okay. Okay. That's a 15.
15 hits.
Cool.
Do you want to spend 8 fortune to force a stunt?
No, I don't. But I
Okay.
do want to spend because I think I can, if I remember correctly. Oh. Shoot. I had it out here, now I don't remember where it is. Yes. Okay. Here's what I will do though. Will a slightly lower number still hit? Or no? Never mind. I'll spend 6 fortune and force a stunt, but it'll give me 3 stunt points.
Okay.
And I will use the 3 stunt points to use knockout as my favorite stunt for my Thatnicktel.
Nice.
So I can use knockout at 3 instead of 4 fortune. 4 stunt points.
Okay.
That's what I'll do.
I would say, yeah. So, Cassie, as you reach out, roll your damage for me. Because I just want to see.
Yes, I do need to do that. 5.
5. So as
Ignoring
Cassie
armor
leans
and
over,
stuff.
the creature lashing out, its tendrils kind of lashing, putting long gouges into the front of Tack's shield, unable to get through. Cassie turns as it's distracted and one shot going over. Oh, actually, I'll let you describe it. How do you want to do this?
Having watched it get worn down and trying to continue to position herself in ways where she can do the best reactive shielding or healing or anything, just kind of getting off really inopportune shots, missing here and there. Finally, having studied this thing and seen it getting worn down by her allies, she's going to just sort of hone in on it, center herself for a second, and just send another blast at it. And I don't know how it reacts to the energy of the Zatnikitel, but
As
she's
the Zat
attempting to knock the thing out, whatever that means for this.
As the electricity of the Zatnikitel flows over this creature's form, it kind of you can see almost like those ferroreactive fluid spikes shoot out from all directions around it, and its form ripples like water on a speaker, and then it just kind of falls with a dull thud onto the ground. Drake, in your hand, the crystal feels incredibly light and seems to be thrumming with energy. You can feel pouring out of this thing, and just as we draw to a close, the ground of this room begins to shake, and you can hear the unmistakable sound of a very, very large ship flying overhead due to that churn of 30.
No.
And this is where we're going to call it for tonight's session. Great job, y'all. I'm going to stop the music. I didn't think that you were going to go away from the churn of 30 that easy, did you?
I was really hoping you would forget about the churn of 30, just like you forget about your wedding anniversary.
I I've never forgotten about my wedding anniversary. Look at you tossing shade here. Are you talking about our wedding anniversary?
Ours,
Chase?
bitch. I ain't got a president.
Ours, yeah.
I ain't got a president. 17 years.
Has it been that long? I'm sorry, honey. Okay. Hey, great session, y'all. So you have taken out the anomaly. You have gotten your hands on what I'm going to call a slip space shard.
Oh,
And
gods.
Drake, if you look over, you can see, just as we end the night session, you can see the armored form of that kind of soldier, kind of sitting right here, and that is going to be also a part of the lead for next week's session, the one that you saw running deeper into this facility. All right, let's, as we go around, before we do, guys, please enter the giveaway. We're going to do the big churn giveaway, so type in !churn if you want to win a shitload of books from Green Ronin, thanks to our friends over there. And also, we're going to do another giveaway of GM's tools if you type in the word !rock. So we're going to go around the table, say our favorite moments where they can find us, and then we're going to do the giveaway drawings. I'm going to pick somebody, I'm going to go with, because she got the knockout blow, we're going to start with Alexis this time.
Hi, I'm Alexis. You can find me at VoxFanato. And like on Twitters and stuff, you can find me here where I do things like make this overlay. Hey. Find me on Tuesday for Monster of the Week, where we will be finishing up our 80s flashback arc. It's going to be dramatic, so make sure you're there. That is at 8:30 p.m. Central on Tuesday. My favorite moment tonight? Oh fuck. Gosh. There's a lot in there. I really loved. I'm gonna twofold. I'm sorry. I really loved Drake just source driving himself to the crystal and picking it up. That was amazing. I love Tack. Just every time that anomaly moved away next to someone, just right on top of it, just moving right up. Right up on it. It's so good. I love those synergies going on. So yeah, that's me. I nominate Sean.
So my favorite moment has to be after a night of cold dice, Alexis getting the final shot is pretty awesome. And also to Drugel for kind of pulling out their inner Dakiri and firing at something, not knowing what it was going to do. I kind of love that. And I'll pick on
Stupidly
Rob.
forgot that this rock was made of explosive things.
Rob of Parameter 84. You can find me here on Saturdays and on Wednesdays. My favorite moment, I think, was when Drake pulled the crystal. Like, just moving 55 meters. And just snagging the thing. That was awesome. And I'll pass it to Liz. Did Liz go?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Am I the last one to go, or nope? To
Matthew
Matthew.
Matthew's gone yet.
Perfect. All right. So, make sure you join us on our Discord. You can see everything that's going on. I played Drugel tonight. And favorite moment from the evening, probably Tack using taunt after the drama it created last session. And now I'm just imagining each one of us in turn using taunt once per session until it comes back to the Kiri. Yeah, so that was my favorite moment, and then I will pass it over to Matthew.
Thank you, Frost, for the bits. Hi, folks. I am Matthew Foreman. You can find me at here on Twitch TV/DicePrior. You can also find me Monday through Friday on Twitch TV/Matt Foreman during the day and the early evenings where I stream WoW Classic and then Dead by Daylight as the infamous Chad Claudette survivor, the master of loops. Not really, I'm not that good yet, but I'm getting there. My favorite moment, I think all of them have been said. I want to highlight the fact that like Drugel's like pop 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 pop. She's like and like it's like I'm just gonna see what the hell we're supposed to do, kind of thing. And I was like, okay, they got some feedback there. I'm still not sure what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go try to pull the thing out of its socket and see if that works, because it's got to be one of the two, right? And then my absolute moment I live for is it finally hitting me, seeing through my illusion, hitting me, and then me just smacking that thing right back at it, just being like, go fuck yourself, don't ever try to hit me again. It tried, and that was a mistake. That was its first mistake. It tried to hit me. But yeah, that's me. So yeah, go ahead and close it out there, Charles.
So I guess we're going to do 2 of our giveaway drawings. Let's do the weekly giveaway drawing first. So let's close out the rock giveaway drawing.
Giveaway is closed. And draw. Frost.
All right. Well, first, T-Bone, thank you for the 10 subscriptions. Holy crap. Hey, Green Ronin is now subscribed to us. Beautiful. Well, you know what? Thank you so much, Frost. T-Bone for the subs. That greatly appreciated. Frost, congratulations. We'll be getting in contact you with the giveaway code for your GM bundle. So a lot of goodies there. All right, and let's do the big bundle giveaway drawing.
Pick. Frost
again. Frost again. Well, hey, now Frost essentially, and you know what? I can work with Frost because I think that might give Frost like all of the books and maybe some overlap. So yeah, maybe I'll get in contact with Frost and we can figure that out. Congratulations, Frost, on all your winnings. You could run a complete Expanse RPG game now. So yeah. So also, I'm going to quickly close this.
So real quick, keep in mind that any of the big churn ones, it loops over. So we'll keep the list. So if you've already entered, you will be entered for the next time we hit 30 churn as well.
Yes, exactly. Which you can see we are quickly going to do because we went from 15 to 8 today. All right. So my name is Chase. You can find me at Chase4S on our socials. You can find me on all of our other socials every day where I post dank TTRPG memes, often stolen, rarely credited. I'm joking. I'm just being funny. My favorite moments of the evening, you know, me envisioning this thing, I really like the people identifying with the maps. I feel like, you know, I've gotten a good groove on what is kind of evocative and being able to change the layers. And also, I really enjoy like the extra use of churn and stunts and everything. Some people using more resources, taking more risks, and all that good stuff. Yeah. I think that's everything that I'm supposed to do as a GM. So we are going to be raiding Brito. Brito sounds good, Brito?
They're playing Dead Space, I think, right now.
Ah, it's appropriate. It's perfect.
And I think it's a charity. I could be wrong.
Okay. Awesome.
So we'll find out when we raid.
Yeah. So. Stick around. We're going to roll the outro credits, and then we're going to raid Brito. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in a week.
Thank you so much, T-Bone, for the gifts.